Hi, and welcome to Thursday with San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know what to say. Listen, we talked about doing a what is it? Not special missions. What do the jerks do? A goodwill missions, but everyone seems to be busy. So I said, hey, you know what? I'm not doing a Thursday with a friend. So why don't I just come on and talk about what we saw? I know everyone else is doing it, but I'm more important. But it is Thursday. So even though it's not technically Thursday with a friend, I do have a special a Canadian friend, Mr. Crusty Old Crow. Look, I still have this from 24.
Fair enough.
I don't even have a
How's it
U.S.
going?
flag by me. How are you doing?
Mine are downstairs. I feel like I should have my U.S. flag somewhere, but I think it's downstairs. Good, man. How are you?
You're our hat. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Thank you for
I got my
joining me.
U.S. colored Sergeant Slaughter up on the shelf. It's all signed up. There. His autograph is U.S. colored.
Is it really?
Close as I can get.
I still think of him as an Iraqi sympathizer. And somebody asked him that question about giving him that uniform, which I think would be awesome. I would like that one, I gotta say. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you to everyone that decided to tune in. I know they're not used to this. I know there's other shows that are going on right now. But this is G.I. Joe, and I say I'm not a G.I. Joe channel, but let's be honest, it is the majority of what I said the majority. What would you say? A good 50% of what I talk about? Maybe 45, 40?
It's the foundation. Everything else comes out of it.
See, that's, it's kind of like the foundation the U.S. makes for Canada.
So it's been great. I'm going to see you guys. I'm just trying to sit there and go, it's going to be a long night if we're doing this.
Well, you know how it goes, right?
I do. Thick-skinned and all that.
Did you get any cups or anything today?
Did I get any cups or anything today?
Anything when you got home?
Cups.
Anyway, forget
it. We don't know what cups are up here. We've forgotten all about cups.
Yeah, I don't know about that. So anyway, well, again, there was today was the G.I. Joe panel, and they revealed a good amount of stuff. They showed off some stuff, and so we're just going to talk about it. But quickly, we got Woody in here jumping in saying, whoa, Punk Unscripted. What the fuck do you think Monday is? I write some notes, but that is Monday for the most part, right? U.S. Combat Dojo, who I hope he's constantly sending insults to Matthew, saying how he'll kick his ass if he ever showed up at Joe Fest, and he shouldn't even bother, just to kind of goad him into coming. We got Ultra Mech jumping in. We have Snow Wolf, David Jones. We got Todd C. And like Woody, I knew Woody would be happy about someone, and he's finally getting hardball. Then listen, Tony, Woody, I don't want to know what you get hard about. And then SCS Dog, who I can't have on today because he literally shunned me about coming on today.
I saw that stonewalled. Yeah.
Oh man, that was rough. I had to cry myself to sleep at like 3:00 in the morning when we got done. And Prophet jumping in here. What was that?
I was just gonna say that was some sad Netflix movie subject right there with SCS Dog subject.
That's the next Netflix special.
Yeah.
The Thursday with the Friends shunned.
Yeah. Unfriended on a Thursday.
Oh, I like that. And now we are Toy Tube official with Nolan jumping in, saying hi, Punk, Crow, and chat. All right, so let's just get into it quickly. But before we do, did you see everything that's come out?
More or less. I don't think I missed anything. I just didn't watch it in any kind of pattern today. I just kept coming back to it, and there was new stuff up. So
it hit that Chaz the Guru was streaming it. So
Mhm.
it actually hit from my secondary Instagram account, but I didn't really care. I tuned in. And I didn't see the whole thing. I don't know when he started streaming, so I didn't see them introduce the new designer and everything. And that's great. I mean, I really don't care all that much as long as he continues the line and keeps doing stuff the way that it was going. I'll be happy, and hopefully he'll be able to put his own spin on everything because that's truly. I want it to remain the same but different, if that makes sense.
I mean, the line itself is sitting at a turning point, anyways. They're getting into the post 88, 89 stuff more and more. So that's a good opportunity for anyone to come in and kind of put their spin on it, like you said.
Yeah, and I thought BMAC, he made the comment of, he said, I'm pushing for them to make new characters because if we want the line to survive, we need to have new characters. And this is something many of us have been saying for so long, but I mean, you saw in the Joe community, there are people that are literally throwing a hissy fit over one of the digital reveals. I guess the only digital reveal. And it's kind of like,
set your clock to that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, it was no different today.
No. And of course, I knew there would be a gripe when they announced that Thrasher wasn't going to be coming with it. And I understand both sides of it. And I thought they explained it pretty well. But I think more than anything, when we talk about the vehicle drivers not come with the vehicle, there are some people that don't want vehicles, but they still want to have access to the character.
Yeah.
And once again, no one loses their mind when an X-Wing pilot doesn't come with an X-Wing, or the TIE fighter pilot, right?
No, and I with something like, let's say, a Thunder Machine not coming with let's say, a Thrasher, right? Well, what about all the guys that, for the last 3 years have been buying those 3D printed Thunder Machines and things like that? They probably don't want it. They probably want their investment to still be okay in their shelf. So getting a Thrasher separately kind of makes sense for them.
Yeah. And that a lot of those people, they want the exact same thing that we had in the 80s, and that's why they're buying the 3D printed stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think you and I have talked about it. I'm okay with not having the exact same thing.
No, it's fine. The toy got bigger. There should be more detail when things get bigger. Right?
Yeah.
If you have to invent that detail.
The line has constantly been evolving, and not just since 1982, since the 60s, right? It's had to reinvent itself. And I think we all agree that A Real American Hero is the most successful of all the G.I. Joe iterations, but Classified is giving it a run for its money.
Sure. Like you said, I like how you said it's got to survive since the 60s, because even in the 60s, after Vietnam, nobody wanted to see a soldier toy. So he became, Action Joe and things like that. Joe survived worse than YouTube criticism. Hard, he evolved lots of times. So
Woody's asking, is that Mark II? Is that the Mark II in the background?
No, this was because we're going to talk about the Mark II today, and I'm getting ready to retire that and buy some gridiron turret for it now. But
so Todd C says it would be better if the figure included with the vehicle were troop builders. I don't think it was there a figure announced. I don't think there was a figure announced with it.
So what I did get out of what they did say about it, it's not the figure they want this thing to be a troop builder for. They want it to be a troop builder. Yeah. Like they were alluding, you're going to want more than one. So for that, you're probably going to appreciate a lower price point and not some redundancy with a figure you only want one of, or maybe a couple, but more of the vehicle.
Yeah. So unless if I missed it, they said there's no figure with it. And I think people were associating Flatline, the new Dreadnought, that he would come with it. And I don't think that's it.
That's not the connection I made at all. I think they were talking about separate things at all times. I think, I do feel like, I think they made it pretty clear that you couldn't see a driver in it, right?
Yeah.
That's clue one. They gave you full access to that empty interior in that photo. I think they're presenting it as is.
Yeah, and Profit here says it's a good decision as long as Thrasher is available. That's great, and I agree 100%. Right, like this is where I think he's going to be available right at the same time. They're smart. I mean, they're not as dumb as people think. They are meant to be together, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So I would assume that it's going to come right at the same time.
I think the evidence is supported when you look at the Snowcat release being well timed with the Arctic Hiss and the 3-pack. Like, yeah, and then Frostbite just joining in on that. That's all coming out at the same time. I'm not worried about when Thrasher's showing up. It'll be a matter of a wave.
Yeah. So Gangstar he said, did anyone else have a problem trying to get the Hasbro Pulse this afternoon? They didn't have many. He said, I missed out on Viper 76. And he meant the Range Viper. I really want him. I wasn't collecting, and I paid for Pulse membership and couldn't open. I don't know about. I didn't have any issues. Now, I did not buy him there. I only bought one from Walmart because they changed the box. That's where you're supposed to get it. And even though you paid for the membership, again, it's not. It allows you to get some things a little bit early, but it doesn't guarantee you're going to get it. And I know that makes a lot of people mad, but it is a Walmart exclusive, and how they're coming back, I don't know. Okay, Crow says, I had problem using PayPal on Pulse this afternoon, but I was able to get everything, just use another card. So using PayPal, and I use PayPal credit, but even if you use any type of PayPal on the app, it didn't work. But when I went, but on my phone, using the actual website, it worked fine. So yes, I had the exact same problem, and I've had that problem before. But yeah. Quickly, okay, so David Jones says they said Thrasher would come later. Now so remember, this is made to order, so this is going to be further out. I have a feeling when they said that he'll come later, I think they mean they're gonna show him off later. So I think I would assume, again, you want to create a wave to come out around the same time. Now I could be completely wrong.
The point that they've even mentioned Thrasher even separately is just enough assurance. Like, that's a name drop in parallel to the Thunder Machine anyway. So just expect it soon, right?
Yeah. Now, okay, so no figure they said, and I wish they made it like the OG with the 82 Trans Am front end. It doesn't look right. Okay, remember that's just a digital render. All right. Because if you saw the Triple T, you notice the Triple T looks better. But they have to get rights to that. Whether people like it or not, they do have to pay royalties if they're going to use that. They're not ramen toys. So, but to me, I looked at him like that looks like the Thunder Machine.
Yeah, I saw that front end that he's referring to, and I see that it does look a little small. But again, it's a digital render. It's not the final render. It's just that was just an image they were basically dropping, saying this is what it looks like right now, right? That could still be the prototype. But bottom line is, isn't it nice to have the subject of the Thunder Machine closed right now, as opposed to everybody's still screaming, "Where is it?" Right? I'm just kind of appreciating that right now.
That easy. We got men who's jumping in here. Yeah, I guess we all gotta wait and see. It'll probably look fairly close to what we're seeing, but it'll look better in person. And I only say that because everything that we've seen, it always looks better than the digital renders when it comes to vehicles, not figures.
Yeah. My next curiosity about it is just to what degree of modularity are they talking about with this thing? Like, I'm trying to withhold any opinions of how it looks, because how it looks could have a few forms, kind of like what they did with the Ostraker in that cage. There was a few different ways you could present it, right?
Yeah.
And everybody had a different way of liking it. I feel like that's going to be one of these vehicles. I might not like the original Thunder Machine compared to one of the variants that they provide me with as this kit, right? So,
and when we look at it, I think we'll be able to see the stuff that can be taken off, can be put on. It can be made to look like the original one.
I think so.
Yeah. But yeah. And Triple D jumping in here, a member for 19 months. We can do this quickly if I can find it.
Fucking Phil Collins.
I can't believe
There
that
we go.
doesn't demonetize me. The thing that
Yeah.
clearly says is the front end from Mad Max's car that tracks with Dreadnought lore. Yes, but we all know that everyone wants the original. But anyway, talking about things that aren't the exact same, and we have already seen this, but it did drop today, and that is Psych Out.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of this?
I'm well, bearing in mind it's night for a psycho, so I'm still kind of wanting a mainline psycho. I thought this was cool. Like
Sorry, I'm trying.
you're psyching me out right now playing with your camera,
Well,
but
I'm trying to get it so it's as
yeah.
large as possible, and I wanted us to be.
But
That's
I
the problem.
will say, if you had told me there was going to be Toxo Viper reuse in a psycho kit, I wouldn't have believed you. I would have been like, why? And to this day, I still don't get that backpack. Like, why? But okay, it looks cool.
Well, it's similar to what he had originally.
Yeah.
Now, I think the face sculpt looks really good on this. This is still a character I don't give two shits about.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I ordered them. Yes, I ordered them. I actually ordered one from Paul's and also one from uh, Walmart, and which is a good thing because my buddy Greg hit me up. He's like, "I totally missed it." I'm like, "Well, I ordered one from each, so as long as no one cancels it on it, I'll have one for you." Um, it's it's a fine figure, and they took a really crappy character and they said, "Hey, you know what? We need someone that is solely there to create a team or be part of a team to fight the dire tech." And this is the best thing to do because, to be all honest, Crystal Ball, Raptor, Psycho, these guys are awful characters from a real American hero. Would you agree?
um, yeah, I mean, they were the colorful ones, right? Like the ones that are supposed to appeal to kids didn't have the most adult thing. They made them appealing to adults now. So yeah,
And I think the face sculpt looks good. I mean, I think the buck and everything does look good.
it
But
does.
I mean, there's nothing for me. There's nothing that's like, oh my gosh, like I can't wait to get this figure. It'll be cool. But there are figures that I've gotten in hand, and you've probably been the same way that you're like, this figure's so much better
Oh,
than
it's
I
always like that.
anticipated.
Yeah,
But
there's
then,
figures I buy I flat out don't expect to like, and it's when I get them in hand that I go, okay, well it's okay then.
yeah, and then there's
Yeah,
figures that you are just super excited for, and then you get it, and you're like, ugh. And then there's
yeah,
figures like Overkill, and you thought they sucked
yeah.
when you saw them, and they sucked when you had them in.
Just as sucky in hand as they are. Yeah. I like Psycho because I think he's a good transitional character for our line right now. Because like we said, we're inventing new characters, we're inventing dire tech, and Energon will fold in at some point. You know how much of part that'll play in classified. Probably not much, but it might have a sample footprint. And a guy like this bridging and like you said, fighting the dire tech and whatnot is good leaps for when we get much later in this line and they go way more sci-fi. My thing was the original guy, he was psyops, right? And I was like, how do you do a classified psyops with more updated equipment than what he had in the 80s? It would just be this guy on a cell phone and a listening device. It would be the most boring figure in the world. So I'm really glad that they made him kind of jump the shark science fiction wise. And I'm kind of hoping they do a version of sci-fi at Night Force to kind of be this guy's fire partner.
All right, so as you were literally talking, I'm like, I think sci-fi would be perfect to go up against the dire tech.
Yep, 100%.
And
I think that they made a Night Force
yeah,
sci-fi.
and as I was looking at all this, I'm like, dude, like this is like you were mentioning as they go sci-fi. I'm like, he would be perfect. And to get sci-fi in some darker colors like Night Force, where he doesn't look like a sniper's wet dream, I think that might work.
Yeah, he looks like a side-scroller shooter character from every video game in the 80s.
Now, what you do have with him is a lot of new stuff. Like his gun is obviously new. Both guns actually, they're new. The little flame effects, those came with the Dire Tech or the Ghost Viper.
Was it Ghost Viper? I thought it was Toxo Viper for the little ones, but sure.
Ghost Viper has them,
Okay.
and
I don't have either of those, so
is Toxo Viper out?
no. Only Shark Guys knows.
Yeah, no. Now he may come with Toxo Viper, but I'm pretty sure that like the translucent also came with the Ghost Viper because they needed something to plug in because they didn't give him the exact same thing.
Well, and it's so they plug into the backpack. They showed that, but don't they also plug into his wrist gauntlets as well? Those blast effects, yeah.
What are you saying? They're different effects.
Okay, sure. I'll accept that as an answer.
Yeah, the little ones, I think they're the same, but I could be wrong. Again, I'm the big one though. I didn't notice. And then you have like the shield. The backpack is all new, but the backpack does look similar to what his backpack originally was.
And that shield looks like so. Sorry, I think on my screen, my face is covering the shield.
It is. I don't know how to move it.
Yeah, but there's a central. If you just change photos, we could probably do like, yeah. So you got a hole in that shield, right? And I'm like going, okay, so technically, I guess I could blast port something into that, but I'm looking at future reuse and like other characters, they might do more with that blast effect too, right?
Yeah, I bet.
It's like sci-fi. If sci-fi's blast effect were pink, it would look cool coming out of that.
So I bet these plug right into it. So okay, so Woody says on the Dire Viper, the effects go off on the side; those go straight up.
Okay.
I didn't think they did. Again, I don't. Again,
Woody has so many Dire Vipers. I have to just concede the point.
I'm okay with being wrong. I'm not like some people.
Yeah.
Well, I'll delete the video. Delete the live stream.
Yeah.
But we do get Night Force, which pretty much says, hey, we're probably going to get another version of Psych Out. Probably something more classic, though I don't think that anyone's clamoring for a classic satellite version of Psych Out.
Why not? I mean, it goes with that retro appeal, right? But yeah, they'll give it to you, but they'll still update a couple of things, I'm sure, like the vest or something or headgear.
You know, they're not doing as many as delete. Exactly. You know, they're not doing as many retro figures as classified, so it's okay to sit there and wait. Like this could be one of the last ones.
Yeah. I'm digging that pulse rifle he comes with too. Like I don't think that's a real gun. I think that's like a sci-fi pulse rifle. I love the look of it. It's like colonial marines from Aliens, right?
I'm with you. Normally, I don't like the made-up guns unless they're for Cobra, but I think this does look really good. And I think you're right. You nailed it with the colonial rifles. Not from the colonials.
Yeah.
But here, you know, here's the back of it. When I see the shield, I think of Iron Man or Spider-Man when he creates it, but more Iron Man from the MCU. So it works.
So here's my question for you, though. You know me, I have to have logic things, right? Isn't Dire Tech like a mist that surrounds the area?
I don't know. I don't read the comic.
I think no, but in the back of the images, haven't that been how they depict it in Hasbro's art? Like they're walking through mist and spraying mist, and I'm just point being is I'm wondering what a little red energy shield is protecting them with when relevance to Dire Tech, right? Like that's my curiosity.
Beardy McPherson, damn, I'm later than Punk, waiting for at least 20 people. Wait. Damn, I'm later than Punk, waiting for at least 20 people waiting before starting the stream. Hey, everyone. Well, I had someone I had someone here. All right, so wait. So he said, did you hear the Lord BMAC was talking about patch out red is the counter to Dire? Okay, you gotta stop using your voice to text.
Yeah, I get that you switch it red or whatever. This red is the counter to Dire. I'm just trying to understand how an energy shield protects you from gas, but that's okay.
And then we have, effect. We have J Angel. Is it Angel or Angel? That's Angel. Hello there.
Yeah, Angel.
But Walmart wasn't done because they also dropped another range viper, and this is the exact same. And I had heard about this. This was one of those ones where I definitely wasn't going to say anything because we were told that it has a, um, uh, it's not the plastic free. And I was like, is this one of those plants where they want to find out who's going to run with, and run to the streams just so they can get some clout?
Sure.
But this one showed up, and I ordered one from Walmart. Originally, they didn't show that it had a new box, but it is the same number. So I did order one. I don't have a problem having another range viper, but this might be one of those ones where it just sits in the box and collects dust, kind of like that Sergeant Slaughter that I have.
Yeah. No, I missed this completely today again. But I'm hoping Walmart Canada puts it up soon. They just didn't have it up today with the psych
out. Matthew says psych out, and they was autocorrect changed it as I hit enter.
Yeah, it was references last comment. And green versus red.
Okay, Triple D says Dire Tech is like holograms made solid. However the hell that works. Again, you guys are the one reading the comics, so you guys should tell me.
Yeah, it's definitely got a little bit of both of what we're talking about here. Clearly, we still have questions. The comics don't explain it that much. They just blame everything on fucking Energon. Energon is behind every core character in Cobra now. Pretty sure if you were to ask Raptor how he flies, it's just like, well, one day I was playing with some Energon and I made wings out of it. Like,
so Grizzlehorn says, wait, new box, same number. Yes.
Yeah.
So nothing has changed. Now, it probably would have been smart for them to change the colors slightly. I don't remember exactly what buck he's using. I think he's using a lot of Outback. But they should have gone with another number. Change the colors slightly. Now, Baldy and I were talking about this a little bit in our chat. And again, I don't buy to resell, but I also don't have a problem with a figure that is worth a little bit more. So if you're an inbox collector, this is good for you because they didn't just re-release the same one. They changed it a little bit. So
for myself, I remember talking to you and Darren about it online earlier. I get confused when I see what they did with Cobra Island Major Blood. They re-released them as a new 788-ish looking Major Blood, and they got them out from under that exclusive umbrella and made them available to all kind of retail.
Yeah. And
that's kind of what I was hoping that they were doing with this when it's been 3 years since Range Viper 71 had come out, or 2 years maybe. Maybe they were opening it up to the floor to say everybody can get access to it. But now it still looks like this is a Walmart exclusive, which is disappointing. Yeah.
So it also makes you wonder, is there a reason why it's a Walmart exclusive? Was there something where they didn't get the full shipment? Like they didn't get the full fulfillment, and here they're able to do it, and maybe they're going to do a retro card after that will be.
I would hope so, because it's not like Walmart is without a lot of bad clout right now for how they handle their pre-orders of their exclusives.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, I don't know. And it's canceled. Sorry, just every pre-order.
It's canceled, but it went back up. It went back up for order 2 hours later.
Yeah. And now it's on the shelves in the back room and people are finding it at clearance prices. And you don't know how. Don't worry about it.
Or Walmart doesn't know either. So this dropped at 5 p.m. And this is one that people were wondering how it's going to look. We saw the digital render. I've already heard someone whining and crying, saying, just wait till this is on clearance at Target and Walmart at $45 retro card, except it's not available at Walmart and Target. So why don't you go every week and wait for it and tell me how that turns out?
Yeah.
I think $45 is a bit too much. Yes. Spec talked to one of the guys there because he's there right now. And they said, well, basically, because of all the accessories. Now, I'm sorry, just enough with the BS. All right, like the accessories, and we'll see all the accessories. It's not that much. It really shouldn't warrant a $45 price point. Say this is an exclusive partnered with another company.
Yeah, no, I agree. That price did surprise me, but then sadly it stopped surprising me right away and went, well, okay, that makes sense, doesn't it, lately?
Don't
Right?
put it on a retro card then.
So
Put it
that
in a
retro
nice.
card, that retro card is a retro card, but it's a augmented retro card. It's
Yeah.
got some glitter to it, right? We glittered that bitch up. It's worth a lot more now. Right?
Again, but to me, it's like put it in a fucking box and make it look like a PlayStation video game, like they've done in the past. If you're gonna charge that much, but along the line, away from that, what do you think of this figure?
I think it's fine. I don't dislike this figure. I think it looks like a good Laura Croft, action adventure woman. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it. I didn't get it today, but it's Pulse exclusive means EB Games will get it, so I'll get it, even though that price is ridiculous. What do you think of it? There's one problem I have with it, but it's just kit, right?
Well, quickly, Woody says this is $45 because 12 different companies have to get paid off this thing. Yeah, and as you said, say that. Like this is their whole issue, and we've heard people talk about it. That and Bobby Vallis talked about this numerous times, right? Hey, hit record. I'm going to say something nice. He's talked about this before. That one of the biggest issues when they were working on G.I. Joe is that they did not want to have Hasbro didn't want them to have too many accessories because then people look at it compared to Star Wars and Marvel Legends where they're paying these royalties and they're like, if you give more to this one, it makes it look bad. But oh wow, that's not the G.I. Joe team's fault or problem. And that's something that Lenny and Emily and those when they were there fought for it to give it more. So
I mean. Sorry, go finish. Go ahead.
It's like it should not have been that price. Now I understand there are some royalties, but you still own G.I. Joe, and clearly this thing fucking sold.
No, and it's toys is not a place where the phrase "all things being equal" actually equates at all. It's money gets spent in 1,000 different ways for 1,000 different reasons on the same line toy, and Woody nailed it right here. There are stakeholders who have a return owed for the Laura Croft property that didn't apply to any other Joe figure, right? So it's going to go up in price because they're not going to pay that for you, right?
Well, what is funny is that they pay that for all the Marvel Legends in Black Series, right? Like, so they do it anyway.
But well, that's because there's a much more lucrative contract involved in those lines than a single one-off. Ubisoft, Laura Croft.
Again, going from that 28 price point to 45, like, all right, like, come on. Like, I understand if you're like, hey, this is 33. Now, they do give you a new bow and arrow, or a new bow, a new quiver. It looks like a new knife, a new backpack, 2 pretty nice head sculpts. And it looks like there's some new use to the buck, right? Looks like the legs are different. I'm not sure about the torso. The boots look like they might be different. So, and quickly, who SCS Dog said, like, sell out or not, the price isn't really impacting this figure because it's Laura. But I also canceled my V2 Dusty order. That's the price impact. Yeah, and again, if this was the one-off that they raised the price, and you're like, okay, I get it, but I think this should have been in a box. A nice PlayStation box, right? That looks really nice, but it is what it is.
No, and I agree. It's there. So the kit loadout didn't impress me at all. Really, this is just a generic hero fig. Yeah, coincidentally, she's used some of this stuff in her video game, like bows and arrows and twin pistols, right? But this isn't very different than a standard, hey, legacy figure kind of loadout package, which means it should have a legacy price in a legacy box. But my question is, where is something that proves that she's a Tomb Raider. Like, where's her story? They didn't give her any kind of amulet, gauntlet, any little treasure piece. And I thought for sure a treasure piece would tie her into the line somehow, right? It would be that mass device for her.
Well, you just go get some of the stuff from Operation Monster Force,
I guess. But here, I said the backpack was the one thing I didn't like about this, because Marvel Legends uses, like, if you look at your X-23 Laura Kinley figure there from the Deadpool, that backpack system is the only backpack system I have any respect for anymore. And here they had a prime opportunity to do that with Laura Croft because she already had the shoulder straps.
Yeah, like
and they don't. Yeah, exactly. Star Wars uses them as well. I have that same figure over there. And they should have done that with this figure, because now she's going to have a back peg, like back hole peg and all that other stuff. I find those are just sometimes wonky with the deco layer shoulder harness she has.
Oh, man, that doesn't really bother me. I kind of do like it, but then sometimes it just gets in the way too. Right? It totally gets in the way. Now, here's the card art. I like the way it looks. Laura, Matthew always has to correct someone at least once in a live stream.
Hey, Matthew, I don't make fun of your fucking accent. Don't you make fun of mine. So Laura, I don't care.
I don't either. It looks good. Again, I don't know why. Like, again, if you're going to charge that price, put it in a box that you can slide it right back in there. But let's be honest, a lot of people are going to buy this. They're going to hang it on their wall. There's going to be people that loved both properties, and they're super giddy. And unlike the Turtles, like, she actually fits in with your G.I. Joe, or she can just be, a Tomb Raider.
Sure.
Mr. Wonderful jumping in here saying, "Oh, sweet, you did go live." I wasn't sure if I was going to go or not.
She's definitely the one that I would picture going up against Destro. Like stealing something from Destro. That seems to be her goal. Or Cobra Law. Just steal something from them. I've definitely gotten one for out of the box.
So Warcher says, I would hope at some point they give her an alternate version of this where she's got scuffed up knees and bandages and bruises, dirt on her face. Now, I'm going to be honest. I read this to myself, and when I got to the scuffed up knees, I was like, where are you going? And then I read the whole thing, and I'm like, now, I can't think of any classified that's really done that. Can you?
Chuckles gave you a beat up head, indicating that they've been through a ringer. Right?
Yeah, and so did who was the Cobra boxer?
Big Boa.
But they haven't really done like dirty figures. I know that's something the Valaverse, they've done that. Or they do bloody versions. Sorry, they do bloody versions of everything.
Yeah, and I think I like where War Chest is going. To me, I think he's asking for a rugged Lara Croft, right? Like somebody who's been put through it, right? So yeah, I like that idea.
Mr. Wonderful is asking if this is an exclusive or general release. It is a fan channel release, but don't try and get it from Amazon because.
Okay, I thought it was a Pulse exclusive, but I guess fan channel then.
No. This is I will say this: Pulse and Entertainment Earth were the two easiest to get it from. Amazon, I never even saw go up, and BBTS, it basically crashed their system.
Oh.
No,
that's not Red Sonja.
Yeah, Nolan said, I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing classified turtle style. No.
I know what you're getting at, but I wouldn't mind seeing them part of done turtle classified style either, just not as classified figs, just in that style, separate on their own line.
Now, see, here's where, to me, this makes no sense whatsoever. You try and give her a file card. It doesn't look like a file card. It's in the 5 language. It just doesn't look good. Like, no matter how you look at this, and I don't care what language you're reading this, it doesn't look good. Can we all agree on that?
I agree, and it's because they've gone out of their way to put that fucking crust as part of her profile picture under it, right? Otherwise, they would have shrunk down that print and kept the original file card shape.
Yeah, but at least they actually gave that. Well, I will say, at least they talk a little bit about her. It's more than what some of the other figures are.
Hmm.
So
I don't know. I'm always happy to just get a file card. Never had one for her.
Menhoza says, I kind of like the idea of Laura Croft there raiding the tombs after all the Serpentor. You know what? That is Menhoza, you need to store that in the back of your mind and do some pictures like that. And if anyone else does it, you can fucking call them out and you can refer. Oh, wait a minute, I'm deleting this because I got something wrong. So you may want to screen record this so you can say, look, they talked about it, but he's deleted it because he was wrong at some point. NHN Sound says classified style Captain Planet. No, thank you. No, thank you at all. And then we have Cruder's Garage jumping in here. But yeah, now we get the snake armor. Now, I haven't asked you, what do you think of this Crimson snake armor before we actually see shots of it?
I think if this had come out before the white one, and I could only buy one, I would have bought this one. I really like the colors on this one.
So the snake armor is the one thing that does have a dirty wash on it.
Yeah, no, I was aware of the wash. I could see it.
Yeah, but I just said there were no dirty figures, and now
yeah, that's fair.
This looks really nice. And to me, and we were talking about this on the phone, this works because I've created a Action Force, the real Action Force Red Shadows line through Skeletron and Big Bad Workshop, which Big Bad Workshop is giving us more of those figures. We're not going to talk about that. I'll talk about that on Monday, I'm sure. But there was a red snake armor, which was called something different in the Red Shadows. So I'm kind of like, I'll probably be buying two. One so I can put in that, and one to have with the G.I. Joe stuff. I think this looks good. Yeah, I think the white one looks really good too. And I've heard people complain that it's too big and why they make it big and not like the original, because it shouldn't be like the original. And Woody, I promise, well, I can't promise, but I'm going to try not to ask you if you can sell me one of these if I get it canceled.
Yeah. I'm excited to see it once it's opened up, because I get the feeling, because like the original interior was a lot of red and blacks. I'm hoping they do something new with the color pattern of the interior on this one.
Well,
so when you open it up, it pops.
You're going to get to see a little, but it's through here. So all the stuff they showed off today, it goes up on pre-order on Tuesday, July 28th at 1 p.m. Now, if you remember in the past, people would lose their mind. They're like, I can't believe I have to pay for all this right now. You don't pay for it all right now. And the way those things are, they come in at different times. If what he says, better order 11
non-safety snake. Yeah.
So this here, I mean, from what we can see here, it does really pop, and it looks like the black is shinier. It looks like it's not as matte as the other one, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I would have to go downstairs and get my other one to look at it, but yeah, it's still a lot of red and black. I'm actually not gonna lie. I was hoping for something a little bit brighter inside, because I wanted that contrast.
Do you want something dire inside?
No, just I you know what? I don't know how to iterate what I wanted. Just something that when it opened up, it popped to the eye and blend with the exterior of it, right? The interior and the exterior should have just been very different to me.
I think this is good. Now, this is an Amazon exclusive.
Yeah.
I think it's said it here, right? Yeah, Amazon exclusive. So it's the only place you're going to be able to get it. So hopefully it goes better than this Lara Croft.
Larry Croft.
Not Larry Croft. Let's see, dogs. Safety snake doing the safety dance. Pose off. Yeah. And NHN, man, it makes it difficult. That can go with the roll, and I'm gonna be putting one with the Robo Skull, because Like I said, I've created my own red shadows to again, I have no connection to the Action Force, the Palatoy Action Force, the real Action Force. But as I've gotten older and you've learned a little bit about it, I'm definitely interested in what these companies are doing.
Yeah, and
So
if you want to, you could look at that and say, "Hey, imagine how good that's going to look with two of the new flight pods that are also that same color." Like there's a theme of new vehicles coming this way to support it. So,
yeah, now I want a red and black one, a red and black trouble bubble.
yeah, God damn.
And I bit the bullet. I bit the bullet and ordered the. I did order the Super 7 Trouble Bubble. It looked better. It looked better when I saw it on BBTS, and I bit the bullet and ordered one.
Well, you'll have no one but yourself to blame when you get upset with it.
But maybe I won't.
Maybe you won't.
I wasn't upset about the Ninja Force figures.
Okay, well, I hope that run of luck. Super 7 is known for having really good runs. Mad Marauders 2-pack, and now they have really played up like, hey, this is the first time we've done a 2-pack that's also has an animal. Like, all right, this okay. To stop patting yourself on the back. It's okay. It's now maybe pat yourself on the back if it doesn't increase in price, because that's the scary part, right? Well,
what do you think?
I asked. Well, so that whole time, all I was thinking was, didn't Spirit and Lowlight come with Niall? Isn't that an animal?
I thought about that too, but then I had to think
Same fucking team too.
Yes. You're correct. I think they were saying at an animal price point.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Woody says these are great repaints. Right here, same thing, but totally different. They nailed it. I didn't have these figures. I didn't have any Mad Marauders, but I have to say I really like this colorway.
I think it was actually Footloose that I had as a kid. It was the only Mad Marauders, and I hated these colors on them at 3 3/4. And I never had any others to go with them either, which probably didn't help. He just didn't gel with anything. But collectively, the more I add to the Mad Marauder shelf, the more that color pattern grows for a team. On an individual, I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I like the blue in general. Now, I don't want a blue G.I. Joe figure. That's Cobra's color. Doesn't make any sense. But this blue and these two greens just really, in my opinion, pop.
Yeah.
So I said before, Footloose was one of my favorite figures, and probably because he was camouflaged. And I can remember before he came out, everyone talked about what a boring figure, he sucks. And then as soon as he came out, everyone said, "Oh, it's one of my favorite figures." And it's like, well, someone was lying at some point. One of you was lying, all right?
Yeah. And I love how, like you said, like they're so proud of themselves for throwing the last two remaining Mad Marauders into a 2-pack together and then saying, look, it's the first animal companion. It's like, yes, coincidence looks really good if you pretend to take credit for it, right? It's the last two you were going to do this with.
So, Profit, I think it is going to be the normal price, which is $60 now. And yes, that is pricey because, once again, if one figure is $28, how do you get two figures to be $60? Again, the G.I. Joe math is never mathing. But I think that's what they're trying to tell you. Like, hey, you're going to get an animal companion with this. Now, I would have loved if this was a different dog. The problem with Rottweilers is they're almost all black like this one.
Well, so they've given him a tactical vest of some sort, right? They said they were going to give him kit. You can see kit on him. The
original one had it.
Did it? Oh, yeah, it did, didn't it? I was trying to remember. I haven't looked at mine in a while.
Well, first off, I don't know why I had him right next to me.
Yeah.
I looked back and I'm like,
preparation.
I have no idea.
But is it a different vest, I guess? So, like, they did say something about him getting his own kit.
It is the same. You see that?
It looks the same. Yeah, it's the same mold from the front for sure.
They said something about having a different head sculpt, but that's the good boy with the tongue hanging out, and that's the growling one.
Oh my god, this one had
remember,
green eyes.
Yeah, but I remember them saying something about it being different. There's nothing different here. We got
not at first glance. No.
Hey. See, and Triple D saying the same thing, but I think they're trying to say because Spirit wasn't at a higher price point. I think that's what they're trying to say. But again, stop patting yourself on the back, right? Like, thanks.
And
thanks for not ripping us off.
Freedom and Niall are barely pets at that. They had 2 wing articulations and swap outs. It's not the same as building a dog or a bear. I get it, but
yeah. What's wrong, buddy?
Yeah.
Roman came in here and acted all like something was wrong. Yeah. So again, you are right, and I'm surprised they didn't correct themselves on that and say, "Well, we meant like they don't want to say higher price point is what they're trying to avoid." But then they put their foot in their mouth by not acknowledging that they did this with a bird.
Yeah, and one of the things I was kind of wondering is, hey, could they not have shaved a little bit of cost off this and said, you know what, just give Junkyard 1 head and just let Mutt have 1 set of hands, because we still had access to the old ones. Like, you could have made this maybe a couple bucks cheaper. I don't know.
But if it's $60, they're telling you that it is a better price point.
Yeah, and that's great. Yeah, I'm not going to complain too much about this.
And you do have, well, I guess you have multiple hands, but then Footloose doesn't have an extra hand, so
no,
it's just kind of a. Now, calling this a pencil topper, like at least Freedom and now they have big, huge wings, where a pencil topper was really Poly and Ledger, right? Like those ones are true pencil.
The mini gators, yeah.
But I do like pencil topper.
Aspera is great. I like Aspera.
And then so these go on order once again. 28. These are Fanmazon. I want to just call it Fanmazon. That's what I always called. So it's a shared exclusive. So basically, it's saying, hey, you can get it anywhere except for Target and Walmart. And don't worry,
everything's got
shit at Walmart, right? Anyway.
Yeah. God, it's like Pokemon cards with the codes for where you can buy these things. Amazon, Fan Channel.
HK Viper, here's, this is the risk that you take. And I'll say it again, if it's something you want, then I never think back about. Now, if you buy multiple, maybe, but if I want it, I don't look back and ever be disappointed that I spent full price on it. Unless it's something like Walmart where it's like, or some even Target when they discount it the next week, then you're kind of like, what the hell?
Yeah. And I get it. Everybody wants to think that they're being smart with their money too. And this is a hard game to play that with, because availability and all that other crap makes it very hard for you to be smart with your money.
War Chest says maybe it's just me, but if they want to take it to the next level, they should have included a Slaughter's Marauder polar bear.
Yeah, just wait for the dire polar bear.
But anyway, if you want this, it will be available next Tuesday.
There you go.
And now this is disappointing here. I mean, you see you see the good boy Junkyard jumping on Mutt. This is a perfect. They could have easily had a Punk with Toys crate that he's sitting on.
Did you send them free ones, or did you try to rope them in?
I can.
Well, maybe if you sent Shooting the Galaxy a couple of free ones, he might make that mistake one day and just let it slide, right?
Do you know how big my head would be if I saw one of my crates in the back of one of Shooting the Galaxy's actual G.I. Joe? Oh man, you guys have never. It would be.
No,
it would be the next USS Flag WrestleMania 3 story.
Dude, I've often wondered, where are you still getting hats that fit? Right. So this would just make sure we never saw you in a hat again.
We have to remember, I started with a small head.
Started.
So it's taken. It's getting to a point. I already had a small head, but it is getting to the point that I have to have them custom made.
we should move to the next figure.
The Triple T. Now, what did you think of this?
As a kid, I goddamn hated this thing and I never wanted it ever. As an adult, I'm ready for it. I'm pretty impressed with what they did with it. But yeah, it's another 12 inches of space I got to find for my shelf.
Yeah, but did your wife ever complain about the 12 inches of space she used for her toys?
Hers tend to. I'm trying to measure. Did she need 12 inches of space? Probably should have given her a spot in the nightstand. That would have made us last longer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I like this. What about you?
I never really cared for the Triple T, but I never had a huge fan of Sergeant Slaughter. I think this looks really good. And as I get older and older, I look at things. I look at things as how would it handle in the zombie apocalypse?
Sure.
And this is like it's a small treaded vehicle. It now has a canopy. You can't bring anyone with you. So let's just say, like, as long as you don't lose your family, you don't like. I can't let you in. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it has the guns on it. You're pretty good. You can pretty much go over all the zombies.
I'm going to tell you, the zombie apocalypse, I'm with you. And that was one of the things I always hated about the Triple T is why did the military spend so much money to send one man into battle chest first, right? Like, just shoot him up in that canopy. So I'm glad they made the canopy. But you know what I want this for is I'm going to try and find either gridiron or ramen. I want a snow blower blade. I want a dozer blade for this. This is my G.I. Joe snow removal vehicle. This is a Bobcat, man.
I don't know if gridiron will do that. Now, from my understanding, I believe the grow guard comes off.
Good.
But I don't know.
I heard that too.
Yeah, I don't know if gridiron will do this, but someone like GI Customs or someone, one of those other places, they'll probably do this. Especially if that grow guard comes off. It's an easy swap.
And honestly, that's what this looks like. It doesn't, to me, the Triple T doesn't really look like an aggressive army attack vehicle, but it looks like a really good support vehicle of some sort, like towing something into place, pushing a dozer blade, all that stuff. But I do like seeing the hiss guns getting put on that. I thought that was a really nice ad for that.
Yeah.
For the side guns.
Now, they said they tried recreating his iconic shot of jumping out of the Triple T, but on the back here, now they said just like the original. The original did not do this. The original had the engine cover that came off the top. The back piece the tabs would break and they would come off, and it wasn't supposed to. But there are pegs back there for the feet, so you can have them standing up. Now, be careful if you're going to use that and don't push down because you'll break the thing right.
Oh yeah, I can see that right away. Just push that foot into the peg, snappity.
Triple D says, BMAX said you could put a figure on the back to ride along. No way I would ride back there. Hey, it's better than riding in the front with no canopy.
I mean, either you're eating bullets or you're eating all the dirt, but you're eating something on a Triple T, man. It's a full meal.
Yeah, I think this is meant more to be a computer in the back.
That's what it looks like.
Which would make sense. Like maybe give one of Psych Out's satellites that you can put on top of that.
Yeah, Evil Dookie would know this, and to me, this is like in every camp I've served in overseas, the sergeant major always got this little, either he got a gator or a quad or a 4x4. It was always the sergeant major's running around vehicle. And to me, that's exactly what the Triple T is. It's some high-ranking authority's personal little vehicle to shuttle and see how the troops are doing. Right?
What he says, it's the battle rascal.
Yeah, battle rascal.
this is what Jetman is showing up to Joe Fest 27 in. And then you won't have to worry about riding home at 2:30 in the morning. He has this with a canopy.
Yeah, he's got the canopy. People can ride on the back.
They can ride on the back.
And we'd be jealous. We'd be going because it's a Triple T, and somehow they brought it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I probably would be a little jealous.
Yeah.
So Ward just says, "I hope Gridiron makes stuff." I'm wondering if Gridiron's starting to get away from that because they're making their own vehicles. Have you noticed that? Like, they don't seem to be complimenting too much stuff.
I think he's doing much better doing his real world military line and focusing on that stuff. I think it's more lucrative for him in the end, probably. But
and other companies are doing. Yeah, that's what other companies are doing now. So, let other people do it because now you have a market. You have your own market for your stuff.
But, and I don't know Mark well at all, just on the few conversations I've had to just kind of hear how he talks and thinks. That being said, if there's something very obvious that would really improve a Triple T that people are clamoring for and he can see an easy way to do it and make it look cool, I wouldn't take it off the table just yet. I don't think he's that past it. I think he still likes hot new, right? But
oh yeah, I didn't say that he wouldn't do it. I'm just saying if you notice, it doesn't look like he's been doing. He didn't do. I know he wanted to do something for the Dragonfly, but they said it sounded like they had an issue figuring out how to get the gun off without taking it apart. They never did anything for the Rattler. They did very little for the All-Striker, and really what they did for the All-Striker was just modify the wheels.
Yeah,
I don't think they didn't really make stuff for it. Because they had
no, it's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point. He has seemed to phase away from that more and more because his own library supports his own stuff now, right? So,
Woody's is saying all this shit was great, but nobody really talked about how dope the final version of the Snowcat turned out.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, I barely looked at it, but I did put a picture in there because it has the eatery on it, which I really liked.
Yes. And I ordered one.
These are all working treads.
Yeah, you can see that truck's good to go.
And I don't think that they're. I don't think they're going to go away from working treads, unless if it's something like what Scrap Iron had. So,
small and easy to hide. Yeah. I could see them leaving them stationary, but if you can see it, you're going to get it working, or else they'll just eat complaints.
So Brandon is saying, and the wrong Sarge, come on. We all wanted the USA mail away Sarge. I would have settled for a Desert Triple T to go with the latest Sarge. This thing is homeless. And I don't know if you were listening, but I mentioned it. My understanding, the reason why this is the Sarge that came with it was for the budget. Once you start putting tampons on everything, you start hitting with paint, it costs more, and all the tooling was put into the Triple T.
And also, Sergeant Slaughter has a multi-figure deal, right? How many into that deal are we right now? I think we've hit half.
I don't know if it's a multi-figure deal or he has to have a figure released like every year. It looks like he needs a figure like released every year. You're going to get that USA.
Yeah.
Again, it's the most iconic one.
Fuck, I'm surprised we're not getting Ninja Force Surge this year.
Don't give it any, listen, just hold on. It may happen. So I have no idea who took these pictures. I found them on the full force, so I apologize to anyone that I can't give credit to because I don't know, but they were on the full force and I did not see who it was. This looks really good. It makes me want the Triple T, which I was like, I'm gonna get it. It looks fine. I saw pictures of it after the digital render, but seeing it here, I'm like, it looks good. What do you think?
I definitely think it looks great in this scene. And like I'd seen this scene earlier in the day when they didn't have anything in that space, and I kind of figured that's what they were going to put into it. But it was nice to see multiple figures beside it to really gauge that scale through perspectives and things like that, different angles. My thing wasn't the price point. What was the discussion about the price point? Because you and I were talking a bit about that
They
backstage.
didn't give it, but I believe it's gonna be 110.
Yeah, and like I said to you, I think this is a better use of $110 for me than the Defiler was. It looks more worth it.
I agree. I again, the spoiler, not the defiler.
Yes. Sorry, did I say Defiler?
You said something. I was like, "What the fuck is?"
The decanter. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, I think it's one of those things where they wanted a $110 price point. It's large. I mean, someone in my review said that thing is not 14 inches long. I'm like, all right, like you literally saw me pull out the tape measure and show you how long it was. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
You had to do the spoiler that size because if it compared to the O-ring, it wouldn't have looked right. And now once you make it that large, you're using a lot more plastic, but that gun should have moved around a little bit more. There should have been blast effects. There should have been a little bit more engine covers. At least make the steering wheel at least turn. Like I mean,
yeah.
You know,
So it was funny because you know who had the exact opposite opinion. I'm pretty sure I got this right because I was watching them unbox it live. I think it was Yojo Jerk. I think he was the one advocating that it should have been smaller and pointing out like they've added plastic here. I think it was him. Maybe I'm not. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but there was somebody we watched.
But I know he bashed
it smaller. Yeah,
but it just would have looked stupid. Look at the original Despoiler, and you're like, it looks kind of stupid. I look at this one, I'm like, that's actually pretty badass. But there should be a little bit more.
And my point is sometimes what looks stupid to like you and me and the majority of the like-minded, there's always one guy that's like, that's not stupid to me. That's the way it should be, right? And you're like,
yeah,
really?
Jay Angel is saying, we're still talking about the vehicle. Yes. Yeah. If you've never watched the show, believe me, I will go on for quite some time. Oh, yeah. But the box looks good. It gives it a better look. We get the back here, I'm impressed. And I actually still like this. I wish they still did the regular figures, would actually show you how tall they are. But you can see It is a short vehicle. So it's not going to take up as much room as it doesn't look like I want to take up as much room as a
No, and like you and I had said, let's get used to this price point because a lot of vehicles are going to come at this size, this price point, because Joe is rife with them, and this is just the start of some of it, I think. Right?
It says McFly says we're 4 sergeants in, and his deal is for 7. 3 more sergeants to go. We know what 2 of the last 3 will be, USA and Warthog. I've never heard how many it is.
Yeah, me neither. But okay.
And if you add the O-ring Transformer one, that takes up 1.
And then Ninja for Surge.
What?
The Ninja. I'm gonna keep saying it till it happens. Ninja for Sergeant Slaughter.
I want an Iraqi sympathizer one. So what are you saying? You can tell from the photo that they're rubber. So I'd go on the record and say 100% branded. So
what I'm curious about, and I don't see it noted on the box, I'm assuming it's not there, is do those 2 center wheels on the track, do they go up and down for suspension? Like, do they have rockers on that? I don't think they do. It looks like they're pretty stationary wheels, but
I would say no.
Yeah,
because if you look at his hand, it is pushing up in between those 2.
Good eye. I didn't catch that. You're right.
I only noticed that because I wanted to see how it was when I was doing it. That little tank should be pretty fast, shouldn't it? I don't know. You tell me, Crow.
Oh, No. Yes, no. Battlefield tanks probably max. What is it? Miles per hour? 60 miles per hour? 50? Like,
Wait, are your tanks in kilometers there?
yes. Yeah.
Oh.
We max out around 70, 80 on best days. 60 is average.
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works when I'm in Canada. If I
Same as
get
our
delayed.
money. So like if I were to say my money's worth $1.50 to your dollar, my kilometer is basically $1.50 to your mile.
But if I get pulled over, can I use the? Oh my god! I wasn't even looking. I saw it. It is weird seeing your speed be like 63 and like, really 63?
Just use common sense, right? If you realize the cop got you at a really dirty speed, you're gonna take the ticket. You can sit there and say you were confused and be nice. But if you're gonna be, I'm not rolling down my window and I don't have to talk to you, you're so getting the ticket.
Oh, we got 610 Yojo Daddy. 610 Yojo Daddy jumping in saying Brandon is 100% rubber treads and functional. What's up, Punk and Crow? What's up, chat? Y'all smash that
What's
like
up,
button
Mason?
and subscribe. Yes, please do. We
Saw
got
you with
Cookson
David
coming
G.
in.
Allen earlier. Yeah.
It says
Sorry.
Sarge is definitely going to need the canopy with those two mini guns going off close to his ears. Would you concur with that?
100%. That was the one thing when I started my channel. I said, okay, when they design Zap, could they please give them some like hearing aids? 90% of these Joes need hearing aids if they've ever sat in one of their vehicles, man. I'd love to see something reference that.
You know what? It's still better than the guys riding on the back of the Stinger.
Old rocket face.
So, West Don of Pops, he says the M1 Abrams has limited range of travel.
Well, they all do. As much as you can. That's why they have what's called a FAR, forward area refueler, that goes behind them.
Doesn't every vehicle have a limited range?
No, but I imagine there was a nuance.
A personal vehicle, an electric vehicle, all have a limited range at some point.
I'm sure there was a point that was meant to go with, right?
Yeah. They finally showed off again this 3-pack exclusive for the Arctic. It sounds like they really want everything to kind of come together once it starts getting cold out. I have a feeling that the Arctic Hiss is going to come right around the same time that the Snowcat, which is fine because Snowcat's already paid for.
Yeah, Arctic Hiss isn't, but Snowcat is.
Yeah. Well, so Wednesday, August 26th. This is a Pulse exclusive, but I think we already knew that. They look fine. Again, it's a mixed box, basically, so you can army build.
Yeah,
with it. One's good for me.
Yeah, I don't need multiples of this. If it was a 2-pack of just the Cobras and like one Joe Trooper separately purchased, I might buy different intervals of it. But as a 3-pack, one's good.
All right. So Lego Star Wars Kid says, I thought it was nuclear powered. If it was, you are correct. That would not really have a range.
No.
You can just go and go and go.
Submarines can keep going, but I don't know of any nuclear powered tanks.
Well, no, but this is also G.I. Joe.
Oh, that's fair. You want to sci-fi the hell out of this, yeah. Dilithium crystals, bitches.
So yeah, we again just showing these off, and again, they look fine. I'm fine with them. It is what it is. You need some army. You need some army builders. I'm sure it will be a $90 price point when it shouldn't be.
Sure.
All right. So the pre-orders. We knew these were coming, and there was a better shot. I didn't get any pictures. I don't remember where they were. I think they were on Instagram of each of these figures. So we have Falcon with the proper face sculpt. Anyone that was sitting with Lenny finally got to hear the story that he had told me a couple years ago about what happened to the original face. And let's be honest, this face sculpt is way better.
I can't disagree.
I believe this is the exact same backpack as before. Knife sheaths in, but the shotgun is new.
Yeah, they changed it, the shotgun, which was nice because we're done with that thing. The old one that he had, the 3-piece one. Brutal.
Wait, Lego, I think we know you were joking.
Okay.
I did. I'm assuming maybe Crow didn't.
No, that's where fonts help when you read something. You're like, I can tell he's being sarcastic because of the font, but we don't get that here.
Now, I'm hoping that this shotgun, and I really think the new Punisher shotgun looks really nice. I hope it has the same type of bend as that one.
It looks like it in the box. That box looks like an angle shooter.
We get the Valkyries for the people that don't have the Valkyries. The Valkyrie is a good figure. And what's really cool about this is if you have a pack or two like I do, you can mix and match some new figures, right? New helmets, the other head sculpts, hopefully they'll fit. And then here comes Flash. Some people thought we were never going to get it. Here he is. I think BMAX is like, you guys need to shut the fuck up. Here you go.
Yeah.
I saw some. Again, I think it's on Instagram. They got some really nice shots. He looks good. I think they nailed him. I think they absolutely nailed how he should look.
Well, it's also smart to release him with the two figures they did, right? There was never a problem with Valkyries. People are ready for more Valkyries. And Falcon's got the new head. And Clint, I didn't even clue in that we were talking about Thursday with a friend when Pug was talking about, you want to talk about the new things? And I was like, right away, what I say? Oh, you got other guys coming on? And he didn't answer. I was like, I forgot what day it was.
So Brandon says, I like that BMAC owned the shitty Falcon Matt Damon face sculpt. So this is something that I have said, and I'm not going to say I've been an apologist for Emily at all. I feel like some people bashed Emily when she did a really good job doing certain things. But I think I was saying to you, I think it was before we started, the one thing I think about BMAC is, I mean, he literally, his dad worked at Hasbro. He's talked about it. He'd bring home stuff. He has an absolute love for this line. And I think while Emily was doing certain things to make sure the line was successful, she was not dictating what was being made. She was fighting for maybe different things, where BMAC is now fighting for specific things in a property that he knows the fan base love and want. And Hooded Cobra Commander is the perfect example. Knowing that people want Flash, but at the same time, I think he's getting sick and tired of it. But I've said before, and I told Lenny this when I had him on my show, and I told him at Joe Fest, if they would have just fucking let you guys say, this is why we can't do Hooded Cobra Commander, stop asking, it would have ended everything. Same with the Falcon face sculpt, and he told the story, and believe me, it matched up to when he told me it like 3 years ago, so it's not a lie. And basically, the guy doing it didn't understand the assignment. You guys understood the assignment at lunch, remember? Don't you remember at lunch? I called you and said, hey.
Oh.
And then you guys, everyone got there on time, and I said, you guys all understood the assignment. But yeah, rather than like try and make excuses, just say, you know what, this is not how we planned on it, but there are reasons behind it. And unfortunately, this is what we're getting. Lenny told me, he said that face sculpt will never be used again as long as I'm here. Now he's no longer there. Maybe they'll reuse it, but they redid it, so we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I've always hated that sculpt, but I was always very forgiving about it because, again, you want to tell me that 1982, these were all really good face sculpts on our figures? Like, no.
So yeah, 610 says, I give mad props to BMAC for bringing out a human as a crownless hooded Coco. And I will say this, contrary to what I thought, that crown was the reason that they were able to really get that figure in there.
Give you the choice of it.
They said that he basically said we owe it to Dwight for doing that with a crown. and I'm talking about what was the Marvel Legends figure with the crown?
Baron Zemo.
Baron Zemo. And he said that was it. They put the crown on it, and they were like, "But we're not going to make it stay on there." But anyway, these go up next Tuesday, 1 p.m. These are mainline, so you'll be able to get them anywhere. But I think Amazon and Entertainment Earth are probably the best place to get them through my links.
Coincidentally, they're in there. Look at the channel description.
All right. So they announced Hardball, which I think Woody got a little wood when he heard this. It is one of his favorite figures. I have no connection to this figure whatsoever. I think I have one version of Hardball. What do you think of him?
I was like you. I had no real connection to him. You know, he's. It's to me, it's putting another sports analogy figure into the line. I think I like him a little bit bigger than Big Lob, but I can't ignore it. So,
yeah, and to me, a figure like this, when you see him like this, it kind of reminds me of like someone in the SWAT who it's their off day and they get contacted and they're running in there and they got shorts on and this is kind of what you're getting.
Yeah, I can live with it. You know, people are gonna love that grenade launcher, right? It was such a fun little gun, right?
But yeah, and this is a figure like when I look at this character, this is one that you can make look good and still look like him. Whether you classify him up, you get the hat, you can change his pants, different things like that. So
I hope he comes with a little baseball and a glove.
What he says, my desk at work raised up off the ground. Yes, and Matthew says, but Hardball comes with a baseball bat.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so I mean, and somebody asked a question about, well, you've done a basketball player now. You've done a basketball player, now a baseball player. What about a football player? He's really getting at the fridge, but they just did a football player.
So that'll just be another person launching grenades with another new way of doing it, right? Because that's what Big Lob is. He's a basketball player who lobs grenades. Hardball, he lobs grenades. It's just
we need a new character that was a hockey player. And and rather than throwing grenades, he uses slap shots to propel his grenades.
Buddy, I tried to run this by Lenny. He wouldn't give me the time of day, but I wanted one that was like a big goalie, and his entire thing was to get in front of the bullets. Stop all the bullets. Stop the grenades being lobbed at you.
Captain Gridiron, yeah, he's one too, but they just did a football player. But let's be honest. I mean, they're gonna use that football again. Baseball bats are easy to use, right? I mean, it's a weapon, so you can create a dreadnought that's going to use the baseball bat. I was thinking they don't have a baseball bat. That's all the Marvel Legends now, right?
Yeah, they own all the bats. Shit is there, and they will never cross over into the Joe line ever.
Well, they're not allowed to.
No. If only they can find a loophole like they often do to do things.
Stony Holiday jumping in here, who I don't believe that I have ever seen before. So you know what? Because I haven't seen it in a bit.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta understand, man. I never even saw these assholes before.
It says you are going to get Captain Gridiron throwing a massive grenade 50 yards.
Well, yeah. And the point is, it's got to have to be a grenade, no matter what the sport. Grenade. I was just thinking, like, if you wanted to grow the line, we could do like a John McEnroe kind of Joe, where he tennis rackets the grenades at the Cobra, right?
So here we have a guy who, unfortunately, he could have been another real life G.I. Joe, but he went and murdered his friend, the amputee cornhole player, who also is a shooting expert. And he was a cornhole champion. He could have been throwing grenades into the cornhole.
Yeah, but we beat that to death, so we have no room for him here.
Then they announced this shipwreck. Now, this is based
Mhm.
off of the Dollar General shipwreck, which I have. There's a green and a blue shirt one, and it's basically a regular Navy SEAL. What do you think of him? Did you ever have this figure?
No, I never had anything like that. I just had the version 1 shipwreck, so I'm here for it.
I had that one too. I don't know if you knew.
Looks like this was always the plan with the 2-pack that they did with Denning. Like it, you know,
Yep.
do you know what I mean? Like I just see a lot of purposeful reuse leading us in a direction. Yeah.
And again, this makes sense because now you can create an actual, like a SEAL team, which
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem with.
My God, he'd look so good on something floating on water, though, wouldn't he? Wouldn't he look good on a boat of some sort, if ever?
You know what? You never know.
You never know.
Lawn darts marauders.
Yeah.
Seriously, what idiot was like just sitting in that boardroom and like, you ever think of lawn darts? What would that be? The big giant dart, and kids will throw them into the air, and you'll see how far they come down, kind of like a javelin.
Well, how do we make them sink in the ground? Make them real heavy.
That is amazing. Good idea.
Yeah.
Why did those ever get banned?
Darwin lobotomies in the front lawn right there.
So what he says, when they run out of weapons, they can just throw that guy because he kind of looks like a cornhole bag. Right now, I picture Woody just cracking himself up, typing.
Anything to get rid of that heart on the ad.
And I'm not a huge Shipwreck fan, contrary to what people believe. I've said that before. I never liked Shipwreck, but I like this idea. I love seeing operators like this. It also can harken back to, what you saw some of the Navy guys back then when they were, running missions and stuff. So I'm excited for this because, like I said, I have both versions of these, and it's just a fun figure.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the longer this line goes, the more you're going to hear people saying, well, I was never a big this guy because he wasn't even around when I was collecting, right? And I'm starting to get figures that I had long left the line when they first came out.
Yeah.
Shipwreck's going to be one of them, right? But it's going to be like, yep, cool. Now I see what I missed.
So Eworthy jumps in saying, so many butthurt babies about how the Thunder Machine render looks. Oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
a new
new
Dreadnought Flatline is an all new character. And he said he has a defibrillator hammer.
I love that idea.
So that
I heard that too.
When he hits you, he's going to shock you so he can hit you again while you're still alive.
So we're just skipping CPR. I'm just going to fracture your sternum and shock you all at once, but no CPR.
This will be interesting to see. We know Lenny talked about how much he loved the Dreadnoughts, and now he's creating a completely new character. There's so many ways that you can go with the Dreadnoughts, creating new characters, and they're going to be unique sculpts where a lot of times I think if you're fitting a G.I. Joe figure in, you might be staying par for the course. Although I guess we could say that the last figure they made is not par for the course. He's kind of Sundown, yeah.
I still looked at him as the.
I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah, no, to me he is par for the course. It's just that they've gotten really artistic with the course.
So I do want to say this had nothing to do with this. There was a guy in another group that he posted his pictures of Sundown and said, I'm going to put my Sundown figure with my black characters or with my black figures. And I said, the only thing this guy is missing, I'm not racist, but I'm going to put my Sundown figure with all my black figures.
Well, I wonder if he meant Valaverse with the black.
Oddly enough, it was on a Valaverse. It was on a Valaverse Facebook page that I saw it.
Oh, maybe.
It was on Legions of Valaverse. And all I could think of is like, you forgot to start with, I'm not racist, but. Like, why would you even say that? Like, what? Like, what? Do they also have to sit at the back of the bus too? Do they have their own drinking fountain?
So, do you want to know what I noticed out of this today was so the Dreadnoks actually have a medic, right? Flatline, whether we like it or not. Sounds like he's going to be a medic, which means they care more about their people than Cobra does, because Cobra has Synapse, who waits till they're dead and then does something with them, right? The Cobra healthcare plan is on full display here now.
Well, I mean, we'll see. What? I didn't say it. I was merely asking if that's what he's doing. All right. So we had to ask Dana.
Yeah.
Is that how we're saying this?
I think so. Dina, something like that.
So either way, October Guard is coming.
Yeah.
I honestly, due to how Hasbro is and how they watch what they're doing when it comes to their political affiliation, I think this is another thing that BMAX said, listen, it is part of the lore, right? It is part of the lore, and there's nothing wrong with it. And who knows if they'll even make them Russian. They just might be called the October Guard. And
so it's
we've seen their file cards, so it doesn't even matter, right? We have no fucking clue what they are, so you can be whatever they want.
Yeah, they'll just be from various regions of that continent, right? And so I hope they give them origins. I'm sure you won't see Russia named among them, but yes. Here's the thing, like I always thought they should just go ahead and do this, because what was really the message if they didn't, right? Everybody was like, it's political. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Marvel's been doing Russian characters the whole time, right? Like nonstop Russian characters out of Marvel. So
is there a chance that they would call them, instead of referring them as Russian, as USSR?
I have no idea. And honestly, as a consumer, I don't care. As a political-minded consumer, I might, but it's a fucking toy.
It says International Force from the East.
Yeah, just tell me various countries, and I'll move on. Make up my own backstory and respect the red star on her hat, and wonder what that's all about, right?
So Dana. That's how you know that it was Czechs anyway. Oh, so
yeah.
So does that mean her favorite hockey player was Hasek?
So, and this is the thing. Like, if they're all from Slavic countries and they put that in the card, that's fine. But there are certain Slavic countries I think they'd be afraid of putting down. Like what is it? Serbia. Like certain countries where they're known for stuff, right? So I always felt like that was kind of what was holding this up, anyways. But whatever.
Viper Scouts says half of them were Ukrainian. And then Kevin Lupo says was in Russia last summer, and it's a beautiful country and a lot cleaner than where we live. Well, it all depends on where we live in the U.S. Detroit. Yeah, you're right. So Matthew says, I thought it was Dinah, like diner. Okay.
Yeah. Either way.
And 3-star says, I'm pretty sure I've already seen this episode of Thursday with a Friend. You did not see this one. Anyway, I'm excited to just have a new faction. To be honest, they have established characters. I do like seeing them go elsewhere, right? It's something different.
Yeah, I like seeing that Warsaw Pact weaponry having a place where it looks more natural right now. Like, they're all going to get the AK-47s and 74s, and the rocket launcher from the RPG-7 from the 60th Marine. Like, as we get these guys, because somebody pointed it out, and I couldn't agree with them more. I think it was Chad or somebody. Like, it just felt weird seeing Sergeant Slaughter being an all-American hero, but he's got a Russian rifle, right?
But there was a specific reason for that.
Oh, I understood it, but I was just like, yeah, I like seeing
I agree.
AKs, but they need to be on certain models, right?
I
The Joes
agree.
weren't one of them.
But there was that one comic panel where he picked up an AK. Figure Freak said Big Bear should have been the first classified. Come on. I don't know why. Like, again, to me, it doesn't really matter because you know they're going to get to it. And
I think it's always going to be popular to get a girl buck out there.
Yeah, believe me, they're gonna get to it. So,
yeah.
And then we got Heat Viper, which is a very interesting figure. Now, BMAC made a comment about grenades on your legs and it's not being the same thing. These are rockets.
Yep.
With I think a guy that uses a flamethrower. Is that what the Heat Viper is? Like,
I think it's a compressed. So in 40K, they call it a melt-a-gun. It's like a lava flow of molten energy that melts through armor, right? That's my best understanding of that thing.
So what the hell does he use the rockets for?
I sure wish I knew, because it doesn't go with the logic.
So 3-star says, hopefully they'll make us an RPK, but I won't hold my breath. What's an RPK?
Oh, that's the heavy version of an AK-47, like a machine gun, like the M60 is to your M16. RPK would be to that, to the AK-47.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Lenny talked about it. Like, they have to tweak their guns so there's no issues with copyright infringements.
That's right. They do make realistic looking guns, but they're not real guns because you would have to pay Smith & Wesson and all these other companies.
And see, like, those companies, they'll go after Hasbro because they have the money. And I remember Bobby Valla literally saying, I will never put the names of the guns on the back because that just tells you that you've modeled it after their gun.
I suppose, it's legally binding if you put it in print.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. One thing they said about this is that I think they're doing the muted down colors again. They're going to tweak this color a little bit. They did make mention that the brightness is something that we shouldn't expect, I think, or be dulled down a bit. Yeah.
So it says he is a bazooka man. But that doesn't look like a bazooka. That's all that I'm saying.
I just read that file card recently too, and I'm kind of kicking myself. Yeah, it's I think, like I said, I think it's a concentrated bazooka blast of energy, but who knows? It's sci-fi all the way. That's all that matters.
Brian King says, all I know now is the Flak Viper with firing backpack. All I know is I've been staring at your icon longer than I should.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something about Vipers. So, Buttock Viper, what? No.
All right. So Ninja Force. We get a Ninja Force 2-pack coming. This is one of the worst kept secrets, I think. And what I mean by that is some people kept leaking it that weren't supposed to talk about it. So we are getting Ninja Force Snake Eyes. Oh, before version 3? Yes, fucking before version 3. Obviously. You'll get version 3, and then people say, oh, another Snake Eyes? Yes. But we're getting Ninja Force Snake Eyes. And then we're getting someone who was never in Ninja Force, and that is Jinx. But I think she fits. Now, from my understanding, Jinx will look completely different.
Good. She should, because that was a very easy buck the first time.
Yeah. So she will be completely different. They did say that they will have alternate head sculpts as masks, as all of them do. I mean, I can't say that I really need a Ninja Force Snake Eyes, but it makes sense.
Do you need an alternate head for a masked character already too?
No, no.
Yeah. Would he have a snake head with eyes?
It'll be like the movie.
Oh God.
Woody says another Ninja Force that nobody can find. Another Ninja Force pack. But don't worry, this one will be easy to find because nobody wanted it. Just like Scarlet and Shebang. Oh, wait a minute. No one can find it. That's right.
Because I've got them all up here. I'm going to bring a bunch of this shit down to Joe Fest, and you guys will get it a week before I leave for Joe Fest. Nobody will want my Ninja Force then.
And Viper Scout saying S&M Jinx from Devil's Due. I don't know, but I don't think so. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Talk, Crow. I got to yell at one of the kids. Let my dog out.
So Jinx actually, it's funny because if you go past the 92 to 94 line, Jinx eventually did get a finger for Tiger Force too, right? So like at some point she's going to be on more sub teams. I'm kind of glad they put it on Ninja Force because she's Arashikage. It made sense. Her cousin's there. Everybody she knows is there. But you done yelling?
Well, Olivia said she just let him out. He's acting like he hasn't gone out in days. So, I mean, would you have rather have seen Snake Eyes and Ninja Force Slaughter? I mean, you are the one leading that train.
I don't know. I feel like Ninja Force Slaughter should get somebody more deserving in the pack. I don't know if Snake Eyes deserves that honor, even on a Ninja Force.
What about Ninja Force Slaughter with a triple nunchuck? And rather than the Gatling guns, it has nunchucks that spin.
Oh, I like it.
Chinese stars off of it.
On the
wrong side.
So, because Lenny's watching, because not Lenny, but B-Mac and them are watching, right? Because they're always going to watch, right? So, if we do that, we got to get that for the same as Chinese New Year Duke, right? The same wave. So, you get Chinese New Year Duke, and then you get all the ninjas, the Joes that haven't been there before.
There's a reason why you never got a job at Hasbro, just so you know.
Well, they didn't know I wanted one, or else they would have asked, I'm sure.
Yeah, see, the spin chucks. They just spin around. Like, and then there's like throwing stars that come flying off of, where the missiles are. And then you have some big katanas right in the front, like the Grow Guard that the Thunder Machine has.
Oh, there you go.
Ninja Force Hardball. Now I'm truly impressed.
So I can't help but notice how unfortunate those beads look on Snake Eyes' chest now that he's paired with Jinx. But
well, at least it's not Storm Shadow, because then then you're talking about
this. Don't be gross, punk.
Now, what if those beads came with a 2-pack of Ninja Force Scarlet and Ninja Force Jinx?
Yeah, ages 4 and up, right? Ages 4 and up.
We all saw that. We all saw that scene for what? Requiem of a Dream. Is that what it was? With Jennifer Connelly.
I don't think I've ever watched that beginning to end, so I
just look up Jennifer Connelly, Requiem from a Dream, and you'll see the scene, and you'll be like, "Yep."
Okay.
So anyway,
I'm taking us weird places.
Yeah, my understanding, this is a Jinx version that we've probably never seen before, but I can't really talk for all the Jinx versions. Next year is the 40th anniversary of the movie, 87, and it sounds like the retro carded figures are all going to be, I don't know if they're all based on them, but there's be a big chunk of 40th anniversary movie figures all on the retro card.
I do think I remember him making a point to say that the whole year, all 12, is dedicated to the 40th of the movie.
So I'm not going to read
sure I heard something.
I'm not going to read this, but Crow, I want you to read it, and then you.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm definitely going to have to watch Requiem for a Dream by now. Got you.
Viper Scout Go full Ninja Commandos with Ninja Flint. He says Ninja Flaunt and Road Pig. I think he meant Flint.
Yeah. Ninja Doc, Ninja Lifeline.
Ninja Lifeline. But he's a pacifist.
Well, why is he on the world's elite combat unit to begin with? Whatever. Slap food for you, pal.
40th anniversary. What do you think of this?
Like I said, I think it's going to be a lot of. I'm pretty sure they said the retro cards are dedicated to this year, but I'm not excited for it, but I'm happy for the people that will get excited for it, like newcomers to the line, because I think they'll get the Serpentor finally and stuff like that. But
I'm sorry. Wait, how can you not like something but still be happy for people that are getting it because they like it?
So this just makes me feel fucking old, first of all, to see that my toy is celebrating a 40th anniversary. So
wait,
let me manage my feelings.
Hold on. It's the 40th anniversary
of the movie
of 87.
I know.
Which tells me that was 12 years after I was born. Now, right at the cusp of it at the end. But damn it.
Yeah, I would have been in 87? I would have been 14. Right.
Killer King says Ninja Force Lifeline is epic. Just make him converted to a monk.
Oh God, yeah. I say just do them all. Like nobody's off the table for this.
So Josh B jumps in and says need chuckles. And I think there's been someone that has been doing a bunch of digital renders and constantly says that. That's a figure that we haven't seen. We saw him one time. It was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, or was it the Pulse exclusive? Either way, it's been a long time. Not everyone had the chance to get it, other than some of the people that got them for like $4 at some clearance place. I don't remember if it was Ross. Kenzo's Creations. His buddy found a whole bunch of them for like $10 or something. It was crazy at some clearance place.
Good God. That's why people look at Ross's, right? They hear those stories.
Yes.
I do think that Chuckles is one that would do well with a retro card. They could tie it to this movie thing easily, because then you could get your Night Force regular Chuckles out there. Right?
And Tatsi says repaints incoming, but we already know that they're going to do the repaints no matter how you look at it, and everyone does it, right? Seriously, He-Man. So how many repaints for He-Man? Although I do want to say, like He-Man Origins, someone posted their booth and Origins Man-at-Arms, but Battle Armor Man-at-Arms. What a fucking awesome idea! I just want to say that. Like, how come no one did that before? He literally has a big fucking chest there in that armor. But I digress. This is smart. There are so many people that have wanted these cartoon characters. And that's why so many people were happy when they saw Super 7 doing it. And then they saw how Super 7 did it. And they went, oh, Super 7's doing it. People will complain about this, that it won't be as close, but they're basically telling you, hey, here come your 40th anniversary, which means what? Big Lob, right? He was in it. Jinx. Tunnel Rat.
Falcon, Beachhead.
Well, we just got a Falcon. They Was Falcon on a retro card? No, No, they announced Falcon.
Falcon is on a retro card.
Yeah, that's when it's coming. Yeah. But this is, going to have the 40th anniversary G.I. Joe the movie, and someone did mention Globulus is finally coming. I think we all knew Globulus was coming. I don't think he's going to be on a retro card though.
No, but I can definitely see things like Serpentor and maybe even Pythona hitting a retro. Just because you can scale down those kits, and they were both key in that movie, right? So
possibly. Let's say that Buck has to get some reuse eventually, right?
Right, and that's what I was getting at with Pythona.
Yeah, everything has to have some sort of reuse.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be getting those, which I'm, I don't know if I'm excited, but
Yeah.
and then we finally got this.
God
And this
damn
is
it.
something many of us have known about. Now, I saw some guy who, I mean, he had the biggest hard on because he's like, now tell me it has to be, now tell me that it was only going to be a HasLab. First off, Lenny never said this won't be a HasLab. Lenny said it doesn't have to be a HasLab. Also, just because some people thought that it could be a HasLab, and I was a proponent of this being a HasLab. I didn't say that it was going to be. As a matter of fact, I knew that it wasn't going to be.
Mm.
It's the weirdest thing to like. This is where you wanted to hang your hat to show how smart you were compared to everyone else. Like, dude, it's a made to order. So in many ways, it is essentially a HasLab style project, especially now considering you only have 30 days after the backing date to cancel your made to order.
Yeah, they changed it. Right.
Yeah, which means unless you decide, hey, I'm canceling that credit card and I'm never ordering from Pulse again, because let's be honest, they're not going to let you order. You're buying this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very much essentially the same thing. But what do you think of this look? I know we've heard a lot of people, and people are really mad about the front end, but it looks enough like the Trans Am. I mean, it looks enough like it.
I mean, it looks like an ugly shoe to me, but it always did, right? So I'm probably going to order this. I'm open-minded about it because it did sound like this thing is going to have, like we talked about earlier, other looks available to it. And not having to worry about figures locked behind a paywall and tiers and everything like that is my favorite thing about these made to orders. It's what I see is what I'm getting, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing I have to earn out of this. I just got to buy it. So I don't know. The front end bothers a lot of people. I get it, but it doesn't bother me.
But it literally does say digital render shown. Final product will vary. Like, it's literally right there. They even put it in white. It's not like they hid it. It's not like they made it black with red accent. You're really hard. It's literally in white. Here's the other thing that people are saying that it looks too thin. It holds two figures, and we've already discussed how wide these vehicles have to be. So this thing will be at least as wide as a Vamp and Stinger.
Yeah.
It's also longer. And go look at the original. And it also is long and thin.
And I think the longer part is probably where, because again, you got to remember, we don't have a figure to scale beside this thing in this image.
Yeah.
And I think if we were to scale a figure beside it or in it, you would find out it's probably more than plenty wide. It's just that length is confusing the dimensions a little bit from what your memory remembers your Thunder Machine's looking like.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think the other thing is where you have the panels, the original Thunder Machine didn't have the panels. So you're able to take that off. And I think when you take that off, you're going to see something that's more iconic looking. You can take the cow catcher off. I'm sure we can take the rockets off. They talked about how modular this is. Yeah. So is there a chance that we're going to get, maybe they'll do like different front ends. So it's like, hey, this comes with a front end that, let's say, looks like a Dodge Charger or Challenger, right? Hey, let's customize it. We're going to give you a front end that kind of looks like a Dodge Challenger. Hell, maybe like an Engine of Vengeance, because they have that mold already done.
Yeah. I'm with you. To me, it's just like, what's the intent of the Thunder Machine? It's a junkyard scrap build by the Dreadnoks. I would have accepted something left or right as this as far as close, because I think the Thunder Machine's been rebuilt every frigging year if I'm looking at Brain Cannon lore, right? So that look is not a sealed fate for the thing to me, but this is no different than what I'd expect.
And I gotta say, so when you look at this, there are some issues, and this is what I mean by it. So when you look at the rocket that is firing, which they have new rockets. I think they look good. It's got a backblast. But if you take a quick glance, it almost looks like it's a baseball bat because of the angle of that it's done. It almost looks like it's a baseball bat, and the light there almost looks like it's a top of it. But once you remove that, so you remove that, the cow catcher, and you remove these side panels, you have your classic looking Thunder Machine.
Yeah, I don't like those rocket launchers on there. Just not because I don't think they're good looking rocket launchers. They are. I just don't think they suit that vehicle. I think they suit like a helicopter, a side sponson, something else. But then again, you could say they looted them right off a military shipment truck and slapped them on the vehicle. But I like the idea that they'll come off.
So Lego Star Wars Kid says, I mean, Tony's Customs looks different. I hope the final product looks better. Either way, I'm buying. Again, that is the exact same scale up from what we had as a kid. And you shouldn't be doing that, like in general. We also know Hasbro lives in a different world now where they don't want to pay royalties for some things, like Marine suits. But I also hear a lot of different reasons why they won't pay for the Marine dress blues. I said suits. I apologize to any Marines. The Marines dress blues, right?
Sure.
From my understanding, they're not the easiest to work with because they want certain things. And look, Cookster says, yeah, I'll reserve my criticism until they show the actual toy. Just like all the people, all the people lost their mind on the Triple T. This is not a great angle. If you remember, people also lost their minds about the All-Striker and saying that the front wheel is way too small. And then when you got it, it wasn't that much different. Like it was different in hand.
I think at this point, I'm just like, I'm with our last commenter. They're reserving judgment until I see more of it for sure. But I don't get the outrage that I heard today over what I was seeing here. I get that it's different, but to be outraged over it just seems utterly ridiculous considering it's probably the exact same group of people who were screaming, why wasn't this revealed at XYZ Con for the last year?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Brandon says, I highly doubt Hasbro would design modularity. They already said they are, but maybe not like what I'm saying. Every design has to skirt the legality of trade dress. They can't make a 1978 Corvette front end, for example, without getting sued. And that's why you make it enough. You make it, and that's when you look at this, you can tell that is supposed to be the front end, which was the Trans Am. Does it look the exact same? No, it is not the 1980s again. And just like you're saying, right? It's not the same. So there's going to be some changes, and that's fine. I have no issues with it.
And as to address the modularity, I think Hasbro is fully aware that they're fully capable of being modular. If you look at the last couple of sets, we've had the Cobra Porta-John, the Joe Porta-John, and the Ramp Rats all demonstrating a push towards modular systems. And just looking at and this, you said you can see the flaps come off. My question is, at what point do they become cross-compatible with other sets? And what will this contribute something or receive something from a previous set? Right.
So, I mean, the way the bars set, the roll cage, is it possible that perhaps this will have parts that swap with the All-Striker?
Maybe. Wouldn't that be
great? And then you can create something different, for a different sect of Cobra. Now, Todd C here says no figure equals 150, and I think that's what it's going to be, because they were very adamant about you're going to like the price, you're going to be happy with the price. First off, have you seen Joe fans? It could be 28 cents, and they would bitch that it's too much.
Yeah, let's not get my 28 cents. Wait till it's on Ross for 10 cents.
Again, I do think that's one of the biggest reasons, right? Let's take away Thrasher. So you have two reasons. you know this is going to be expensive, so let's take Thrasher away. We're going to give you Thrasher because there's people that went ahead and they ordered that Thunder Machine from Rowdy Toys or whatever. And not that, again, not that Hasbro cares about that, but they look at it and they know that they're running out of space here. People are running out of space.
Yeah.
So, hey, some people want the figure, and I think they should. Again, I'm buying it, so I don't really care if it came with the figure, but I also understand, and I don't care if it's not because I'm going to get him.
Yeah, I'm with you. To me, the chicken and the egg, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have both, right? But what did they expect people to do? Throw out any Thunder Machines they had before this just in order to get this one in Thrasher? Like, no.
Yeah. And again, it's there are people that don't want it. But again, how many people have lost their mind over CoverGirl not having a Wolverine and Copperhead not having the water moccasin?
Right. And of those people, if they were to release those vehicles tomorrow, whatever facsimile you had of that, would you get rid of it because Hasbro made theirs, or would you skip on Hasbro? Like, this is, to me, is a discussion that as every year goes, guys over at Hasbro with their vehicles have to look and go, maybe we should listen to what that discussion looks like. Maybe there are a bunch of people that would skip this particular vehicle for reasons, right?
All right. So quickly, Brandon says, I will say I'm sick of Hasbro front wheels that don't turn and fake features like an LED light bar that doesn't work. Like, come on, man. All right. Why don't you? I want you to address it. I want to hear what you have to say about that.
Okay, but so LEDs, let's start with LEDs and turning. That tooling alone is going to jump your price up. I would love to have those things on there, but that's why it would be a HasLab. Right? Like, to me, those are the HasLab features. That's the dream project we talk about. This is an achievable retail for a collection of figures to interact with. I don't see them, that price being jacked up, being worth it. I understand the want, but not the price.
Yeah. So I'll say this. The turning wheels is great for photography. Yeah. It really is. And you look at the All Striker, it's great. But you're talking about multi-tooling it. Because if they don't make the steering column turn it, what are you going to do? You're going to complain that the steering column doesn't turn it. But with that said, I would much rather see wheels that turn, and they don't have to turn all the way. They have to turn, they just turn a little bit, because you can get some really awesome shots with that, with the All Striker. The LED lights, again, you're talking about adding a cost to it. Now, I know what people are going to say. Dude, Fans Hobby can do it. Ramen Toys can do it.
Yeah.
And whether you like it or not, and this is not me being an apologist for Hasbro. I just want to state it how it is. They are about making millions, not thousands. Ace from Ramen, Fans Hobby, they're about making thousands of dollars off of their product. But Hasbro is like, we have all these people to pay, and we're a corporation. And yes, many of those people are their shareholders.
I also look at the care and quality of insurance, of how easy it is on a factory floor to slap one of these together. When you get into electronics, now I have a component that I have to accept a lot of possible returns on if things go wrong and things like that. I'm complicating my revenue stream with this toy if I'm Hasbro. Like you said, smaller companies, they can do it and get away with it because they're probably really mastering that lighting process, because that's a part of their thing. With these guys, it's not.
So Brandon says, Lawrence, dude, man, I make robots and shit in my other hobbies. LEDs are so cheap, it's stupid. An LED light kit for me to add on to RC is like $10 USD. Even if you use
I got this.
As I do, they're cheap.
I
got
this.
And then I'm going to say what
Granted, they don't deal in just like ones or twos. When they do it, they do a contract with a company to provide these lights. It's like anything else in appropriation. You're paying for bulk mass, right? So if they're going to do lights for one vehicle, it's more lucrative for them to do them for all vehicles. It's just changing the details of the point, right? Conversely, if you really don't like the lights on this, talk to Evil Dookie because he's done these lights forever. I think these could be swapped out easily, but and I'm not trying to talk down to anybody here. You all seem like very intelligent people, but honestly, there are sometimes I hear these arguments and I'm like, how expensive do you want this toy to get? Right?
Yes, but again, you're talking about a company that didn't want to do the USA Sarge because that cost money. And if you don't believe me, you can ask the other 18 people that sat there and talked to Lenny and Corey, where they said that exact same thing. Lenny sat there with us, and again, us. So there's other people, right? And this guy right here was sitting there. Nah, they've got the money. They can engineer this and get it done cheaper than anyone else if they, yes, but it still is taking money out of their pocket. And here's the other thing a lot of people forget. And again, now, this is when you guys make me into this fucking Hasbro apologist. How many people is Ramen paying? How many people is Valiverse paying? Boss Fights, right? Hasbro is paying a multitude of people, from shareholders to presidents to CEOs to the shipping to the designers. There's so many working things. And here's the other thing. Let's say this is $150. They don't pocket $150 like people think. Let's say you sell it to Sergeant Red. Sergeant Red wants to make a profit, but Sergeant Reds, they can't order from Hasbro. So they have to order from Entertainment Earth. Well, Entertainment Earth has to make their money too. So as cheap as it is, and I'm not disagreeing with you, you're talking about a corporation that looks at things a certain way.
There is something I would like to see about the wheel turn. I think all the toys should have their wheels turning for one thing, just as a collector, because it's the same thing with my car when I'm parking on the hill. If my car starts to roll, I want it to roll into something. So I'll turn my wheels so it'll stop after 3 feet because it hits that curb, right?
Yep.
Straight wheel vehicles, when your shelf gets knocked, which way is that vehicle going? It's whichever way it's pointing, and it's usually off the shelf, right?
And it was great having Terry on. I'm glad. Crow just pulled a fucking Terry on me and just disappeared out of nowhere in mid-section, mid-sentence. Again, it's definitely just one of those things.
Some fantasy flight game ad just kicked me off the stream. I must have said a trigger word or something.
Wow, that was weird.
Yeah. Oh, at least I got back quick.
No, and again, there's nothing wrong with criticizing, but at the same time, you have to eventually, as a host talking about it, you have to kind of like take the other side and be like, all right, well, you guys are all against it. I kind of got to give you the reasons why. It goes with cars, fans, microwaves. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and sorry to close out the point on Brandon is wiring on lights is usually the first thing that breaks on a toy, and I as a company I don't want to keep bringing those back. Regardless, you're right. It would all be better for it. Maybe it wouldn't jump that price up that much, but here's the nice thing about these guys over at Hasbro is they're quite comfortable in how they're doing their vehicles right now. They'll let everybody else try and outdo them while they still stay at this price fixation without doing lights, and they seem to be doing fine. I just wouldn't expect them to change. That's what HasLabs were for.
So
this is going to come in at 150.
So how about this? Maybe they're going to come out with a vehicle that isn't a HasLab that has lights, and we'll see how it does.
I part of me agrees with Brandon. I think they should have put lights on this. That big police light kind of demands it. But
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah,
but this is not an independent company that goes and says, "Hey, how much can we do this? How much to design it?" There's all this red tape, and what we want and what we get are two different things, and we understand that, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I fully understand that. And I'm just trying to take their I'm just trying to point out. I'm not trying to take their side. I'm trying to point out what they would say in their reasoning. And there is a
It's the
big difference.
devil's advocate perspective,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
But it is one of those things that you just have to be like, well, you talk to enough people in the industry and they kind of explain the reason why. Yes, Crow just did the Irish goodbye.
Yeah. No, and that's not. You might never get a chance to talk to somebody in the industry, because maybe you don't go to cons, and maybe you're just never going to get that opportunity. But just trust in saying, like, we're all, for the most part, we're all pretty intelligent people, so we can understand when somebody's telling us about their workplace, picture it, and understand that it's different than our workplace. You'll get surprised at some of the things that get in toy producers' ways, just an organic conversation that you never even accounted for. Why things aren't being built the way that you thought they should be, right? So try to have an open mind about it, I guess. That's the only thing I'd say about it.
And Cookster here says, yeah, Hasbro can add those bells and whistles, but will everyone buy it for the higher price? I think Hasbro is trying to balance coolness with affordability. And also remember, more than likely, the way Hasbro says it has to be done is not the, hey, here's this little strip that people can throw on like Evil Dookie did. I think it's awesome what Evil Dookie did for that Stinger, right? That he customized for me. But Hasbro's not going to let the wiring just wrap down and cut out the holes. It's going to have to be set to a specific standard. And also remember, it's for ages 4 and up. And it has to be robust to a certain point. Now, do I think that this should have lights? Yes, this is prime for lights. But you guys didn't want it as a HasLab.
And that's just it. And I understand the point. LEDs are great things. And I see the point that they seldom break. Doesn't matter. As a company, I'm not going to take on the liability if they do, because it's just not worth it for me. For Hasbro, you're going to buy this toy with fake lights or with real lights. If it was a HasLab, you would have gotten the real ones. Like you just said, Lawrence, right? And it's not your fault we don't have a HasLab. It's the Snowcat people's faults.
Oh, is that what it is?
There wasn't enough of us.
But this was kind of where they ended it. But, and again, I'll be interested to see how it is. But there are no lights on it. And again, I think with a light bar that big, yes, they missed a great opportunity.
Yeah, and like I said, Brandon, we're all agreeing with the point. It's just there's a logic. Maybe we haven't hit that logic, but there's a logic to why they don't go that far.
And again, like Crow, you do a show with Darren, and we know Darren likes to complain about everything. How many times have I sat there with you guys or in the chat, and I'm like, yes, but you're looking at it from I'm a fan, and this is what I want and what I think it should be. You got to stop and look at it from a corporate point of view, because that's how it's actually being made. And you do have to have the devil's advocate voice, right? Or else you're just yes man, or everyone's yelling and screaming how it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And I saw Clint Jorgensen ask, if he was serious about modular, it just means components that can mix and match with other components to build something or build other things.
Believe me, Hasbro's modular is you can take the cow catcher off, you can take these side panels off, you can take the rockets off, so it can look like the original. That is clearly their customizing.
Yeah, but it should also be reconfigurable and things like that.
I agree.
To define the word, right? So, yeah.
But that is exactly what they said. And William, I'm with you. This would look way better with weathering on it.
Oh yeah, just like the Chameleon, right? Looks brand new, factory off the shop floor. This scrapped together vehicle.
Now, see, I don't care for lights. I don't know if you say, I love lights are just really cool. When you take pictures and you have lights going, sometimes you hit them at the right spot, and they pop. But yeah, either way, this is what we're getting. It'll look completely different when we see it in hand, and I'm excited for it. But quickly, let's just kind of go off the other things that they showed off.
Sure.
There's skateboards there, so
Yeah, they use those as displays. I saw that.
uh, so there we have the Crimson Hiss. We have a polar bear. I did think it was kind of funny that they grabbed a polar bear and one of the timbers from a while back.
Yeah, they do seem out of place in the whole scene, but
And then I'm getting a little bit more excited over the Vamp Mark II. Are you getting it?
oh, I'm gonna get it. I always was excited for it. I thought it was cooler than the Vamp Mark One, really, when I was a kid, but I couldn't get it as a kid. So you damn right, I'm getting this as an adult.
So what he says the blast effect for the jet engine is so. I just quickly going back to this, I would say, had they done lights, it would have been cool if they made the light up for the blast effect for that. Which I
Yeah.
said the same thing for the Rattler, and then obviously the police lights. I agree that would have looked awesome.
So here's what I want to see out of those, because I don't give a rat's ass if the Thunder Machine comes with two big jet engine blast effects, but I will be really happy if those fit in the back of a defiler.
A what?
Despoiler, decanter. Which vehicle did
I'm
Destro
like,
come with?
is a Defiant coming?
The Boobileer, the stapler that Destro rides into battle. Put him in the back of that.
But I'm really starting to like this. I like the pictures they're doing here. This was a picture we kind of looked at earlier with Sarge. The Coyote doesn't look as bad, but it still doesn't look like what we wanted
Kind
to.
of reminds me of Playmobil. It looks like a Playmobil animal.
Oh my god. I'm not going to be able to holy shit. I'm not going to be able not to see that he's a Playmobil.
It's those fucking legs, man.
I hope everyone is laughing right now. I hope everyone is laughing at the Playmobil. Hooded Cobra Commander. I mean, King Cobra Commander looks really nice. That throne is something I like. Thrones.
You'll answer this question because you have it. Is he sitting on his fabric cape better than Mephisto sits on his, or is it a draw? Are they equally impressive or unimpressive? I don't have a cape to sit on and a throne anywhere. So
this is the same cape that comes with Supreme Cobra Commander, and I have a Cobra throne, and I've had him sitting on it. It sits nicely. Mephisto's is like this really thin, shitty cape that is literally only there so you can see the cape be underneath him when he's sitting on it. When he's standing up and walking around, he's supposed to have that plastic cape on, and that is where they messed up, and they should have ditched both those capes and used the same type of fabric and designed something nice with that nice wire that they used for Maximum Thor. Yes, we did. That was early on. Yes, we did. I don't even know if it fully sold. I mean, it sold out on Pulse. It never went up on Amazon. So I think they got fucked up. But I will say this: it crashed BBTS because BBTS was not loading it. Entertainment Earth had no problems at all getting it. I actually got it on Pulse too, but I always do. Again, I put out links for Amazon and Entertainment Earth because I have affiliates through there, and that kills me because that was people were going to buy that, but now it just says that it's. And we've seen this before with other Marvel Legends and stuff like that, where it never really makes it.
But lately, I find they're always scrambling to get those back up faster and faster now. Like, I don't know. They'll never get their pre-order numbers right.
No. I found this interesting that they put the new Dusty on the Vermin and not the Snake Eyes. Like, all right, people are tired of seeing Snake Eyes. Let's throw him on here.
Yeah, I noticed that as well because they're like, isn't Snake Eyes new enough product to promote him? Isn't he newer than a polar bear in timber?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched Bobby B's review yet because I try and avoid the reviews now before I get
Mm.
it. And then after I get it, I don't need to watch the Just
I'll
kidding,
still
guys.
watch just to see if we cover the same angles. Usually, I'll watch.
Yeah, no,
after.
you always tell me. You're always making a comment like, "I'm glad to see you."
Yeah, but I'll do that to Bobby too. I'll be like, I gotta know if he saw it too.
And Coco Smooth is saying, I didn't think I'd want Laura as much as I did until I saw the G.I. Joe box art. That is not what I tell you. That didn't sell me. I think the figure looks really good, but yeah, I definitely do want that. There's no doubt about it. And Ultraman says I got mine for $55 at BBTS the second it went up on sale. Oh, you're talking about Cobra Commander. Yeah, that's why I do have a couple ordered, or one ordered on Entertainment Earth for that price. Here's a Snowcat.
Yeah, it's looking good.
I had to put this in here just because I know that table bothers people. But the cup holders and the ice, you guys do know you can just fucking push it in if you don't like it, right? Like just fucking push it in and never see it.
I love that RV. I can't wait to put a nice, beautiful RV cabin in the back.
There's gonna be awesome photography with this.
Yeah. I do feel like that Crimson Snake just fell down at the worst time before this photo came because it doesn't look like it was meant to be battle damaged. It just fell.
What? I don't know what
Have you heard that Laura Croft is coming with box only, no physical? No, she's coming retro card back. I'm missing this one.
I think he's trying to make a joke.
That's okay.
Woody got it, and I have a feeling the box he's talking about her lower region.
Yes, where Snake Eyes would bring those awesome tools that he's coming with for Ninja Force. Gotcha.
Yeah, I think I like this.
Yeah,
the Snowcat looks good. I'm good. I bought one. So 3-Star was asking what figure was hanging off the side. It looks like retro card Snake Eyes. I don't think I ever paid attention to it today with better picks. Hanging off the side.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't.
You'll understand. We'll see it on some other photo at the last.
I mean, it does look like the Crimson Snake armor fell over.
And you can see the leg of somebody between the snake armor and the Snowcat that fell over the head. But is that the
that's one of the snow troopers.
See? Yeah. Oh, and we just saw Snake Eyes in front of the vamp.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's the Avalanche Trooper. There's Snake Eyes.
So I guess the Avalanche Trooper is coming to save the other Avalanche Trooper in the middle of a battle. I'd be pissed off if this is what I got sent. Like, hey, you know what? Yeah. Go save this guy. Like, you mean those people with the 2 fucking heavily armored vehicles? No, that's okay. It's okay. What am I gonna use? My fucking flare gun on him?
I mean, you gotta look at the challenge. You gotta look at the challenge for the poor Hasbro staff, right? They gave them a bunch of friggin' winter cotton and said, "Hey, welcome to SDCC. I want you to make a big battle display, but include these 2 skiers." Right? Like the buddy's tobogganing his stretcher down imaginary hill in the middle of a firefight. Because what else is he gonna fucking do?
This so reminds me of that dad that is too big for this sled, but he's like, I'm going down, and all the kids like, yeah, and then nothing good is gonna come.
Oh yeah, he's going right to.
And he makes it like halfway down, hits a bump, it shoots him up.
There's nothing more pathetic than a 50-year-old man sucking wind and snot because he's knocked the wind out of himself on a bunny slope.
Oh shit.
Ugh.
Showback says the OG13 display is at the top of the skate. Yes, I do eventually get to those. I know that. I do think Dusty looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know when I get him. Is he worth, what is he now? Like 55? I don't know, but we'll
Oh, I
find
don't
out.
know. I hope they do a variant where his arms are all pink and sunburnt, like just really sunburnt.
I was that variant a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Just give him a tan line when you take the beret off, so it's two different colors right from here up.
I found out I have freckles on my shoulders that I had no idea that I had. That's how bad I burnt.
Ginger.
So we got Deep Six here.
Yeah. That's terrible. That's
What's
a horrible looking show. That just looks bad against that material. Like it looks
Okay.
like it's sinking into the snow.
It is a tank on the snow. Like,
No, I know, but it's just that's way too much cotton effect, buddies. Like you're burying the tracks and everything at this point.
In all honesty, wasn't that their whole plan in World War II? Like, all right, guys, bring these tanks into Russia in the winter. Good luck.
Well, I know the heater got invented well after that.
Dusty again. This fucking pit, like this pose bothers the shit out of me. First off,
it's a really bad one.
Okay. First off, his rope is hanging down. Why is your rope hanging down? Second off, I like this blast effect, but according to this blast effect, he started shooting down into his sandbags.
And he's trying to kill the coyote. He's trying to shoot Sandstorm in the ass.
Also, I believe these are meant for machine guns and not pistols. Because you have a rapid fire finger if you're doing this.
But good on you, action man. Lots of action going on here.
You go, John Cena. You go.
Yeah.
And then,
what the actual fuck is the story?
The polar bear's like, how do you like it?
Yeah. So we're gonna launch a medic and a missile at this pair, the polar bear. His buddy steps in a trap.
Wait, is the medic racing the ski missile?
It's a lot to take in at this point, man. It really is. Like, I'm sorry, but it's SDCC and your display it's a mystery.
This whole display looks edible and I'm hungry because I'm zooted.
Yeah. Oh, now I see it. Right up against timber. You can see Frostbite was about to cut his own leg off too. He had the machete out and everything.
Joe, ropes falling down. Red snake armor fell over. Avalanche rescue dude is saving himself. Who shook the display for a trap?
This is where B-Mac flips the table. Look, I can either talk on camera or I can set up Joe's. What do you want?
All I know is this rescue guy. I hope whatever he used, I hope he used the same thing that Clark Griswold used to make his sled go super fast when racing a ski missile.
What was it? He lubricated. Was it cooking fat or something? Or
I don't remember, but I remember
he waxed that bitch up. Yeah.
And
I don't know, man.
This is funny because it's like, okay, how does he have this big machete? Who has the machete that they gave it to Iceberg? And then someone didn't realize that he has the wrong M16. Like, where's his weapon?
Mhm. It's just a lot going on here. Remember in the 80s, they used to let kids play with these toys in a commercial and you understood the plot a lot better? Like a bunch of 8-year-olds explained it in 30 seconds.
I feel like Shooting the Galaxy was not there to pose the figures.
Not consulted, no.
All right, so here we have the because I saw someone ask about the bivouac. And was it you that asked where's the bivouac at?
No.
Someone
No,
asked
I
like,
knew
where's the
where it was.
bivouac at? So you have Flint here, and like CoverGirl's like she is balancing.
Just walk at the plank.
Yeah, she's balancing on the bar and the skateboard. Yet they can't get a fucking snake armor to stand up.
I sense my old hot glue gun is at play on her.
More than likely. And you know
Yeah.
what? I thought, you know what? I must have forgot to put this shit on it. Matthew says, I need the green bivouac. We haven't even got this one yet.
No. Yeah, we can see the box art for the boxes, though, 226, 227, and 228.
And that's it. I don't have any more slides. I also didn't expect this to go 2.5 hours.
Yeah. You said we talked about this probably just an hour or so. I was like, yeah, sure.
I don't even know why I say shit like that. I know I can't.
You say a lot of things, man. Can't keep track of all that.
I'm a fucking liar. William says, I'm loving the articulation on the animals. Wish the Four Horsemen will learn. Listen, I wish the Four Horsemen will learn how to do any type of fucking articulation, right? They'd be that much better. Okay, so Jay Solar says a cooking spray 1,000 times more slippery than standard cooking oil. Finger Freak says Flint dry roasting is nuts. Hold on.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Gotta try this tea bag right here.
Hey, Lady J, look at this.
Yeah. Dear Hasbro, I found your display incredibly offensive this year.
Okay. Well, that's all I have to say. To wrap it up, what did you think of the stuff that was shown off? Only for G.I. Joe, because there's so much more. So much more that's gonna be shown off the rest of the weekend. But what was your feeling on everything?
Of just the G.I. Joe stuff, it was about what I expected. I didn't have any real problems with it. Yes, I'm just like everybody else. The Thunder Machine seems a little off right now to me, but I'm happy it's there. But yeah, no, other than that, good to go. Oh my God, Brandon.
And Lady J, smell the burning pubes.
Just take that off the screen because as long as it's up there, I'm going to smell that. Fuck. Ugh. Gross.
Wait. Matthew says other angle looks like Flint is fisting late. Hold on.
Oh, if we changed, yes, I can see it. If it's coming from behind the bivouac.
I don't think I had. He must be talking about a specific.
Maybe, yeah. There must be a shot out there somewhere.
Oh man, I'm not going to look for it, but.
Oh wait, let me see if Darren just sent it. Darren just sent something to the group. Let's see what that is. Oh,
what is
this? Yep, this is a. There is an angle. It's this shot. Looking from the corner. If you zoom in, it absolutely looks like he's giving her the five knuckle shuffle.
Wait.
Yeah. Okay. So on this shot from this angle,
it looks like he's holding her up.
It looks like he's got her like a ventriloquist dummy right now, man. Well played, guys. Maybe there was a method to their madness instead of.
Okay, so I don't remember this issue at all when Lenny was. I feel like maybe you need to talk to somebody that is a little bit better with their posing and displaying.
Yeah.
Um,
You make awesome toys, but how the hell are you playing with them?
well, I mean, I did mention on a show, I forget what show I was on, but I said pretty much, the Baroness, Lady J, CoverGirl, Scarlet, they 69'd every single G.I. Joe figure and themselves, and each other, not themselves, and each other. So, yeah. Now we know that
Shit
Emily was
figures.
doing all the posing.
It did seem like one of those things where just make them toboggan next to the missile. That'll be fun. It's like, Emily, are you here?
But anyway, I thought, I mean, overall, I mean, we knew a lot of stuff that we were going to get. I think Flash looks really good. There are there's better pictures than what I had up there. Flash looks really good. And so does Flint, the Valkyrie, like I mentioned. Like, I think it's cool. Like, you have all those extra heads, and a lot of people didn't get her or get them, like Tony, for some odd reason.
What's that? The Valkyrie 2-pack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's army building.
Yeah, I'm surprised Tony missed out on that because I think they were up on Pulse for a while, eh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They weren't hard to get.
Yeah.
So Stu for Lunch says BMAC had a bad flipper, so you can't blame him.
I don't. I blame him for not tasking someone with a good flipper to do it.
Well, that eliminates some people right off the bat.
Even ask Pixel Dad, hey, while you're there, can you stand that back up?
I hope somebody got fired for those You're fired.
No one needs to be fired. They're just toys.
They're like, you're fired. Why? Go to the last 20 minutes of Punk show. You stood all those figures. All right.
You made us look a fool.
Anyway, Crow, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Everyone, thank you for tuning in when I said I wasn't going to do a show. I really didn't have any plans on doing a show, and there's a lot of G.I. Joe to talk about. I'll still talk about it on Monday, but I'll have a lot more stuff. I'm going to do like an 8-hour fucking show on Monday. It's going to be rough. There's going to be a lot of shit to talk about. And I believe I actually got some stuff. I think Spec got me some stuff. So actually, I know he got me a couple things. He told me he got me something else, which I'll be excited to get. I won't be the first to review it. But hey, I'll survive.
Oh, Spec's there now, isn't he?
Well, he's probably on his way home by now.
Yeah.
But no, actually, he's he went to the concert tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why
right.
that's why he
Slither
can do a
tonight.
Goodwill mission. Yeah, he went to the Cold Slither. I don't know, the Optimus
Misfits.
Prime, whatever the hell that thing is. Yeah,
Right
Gem, whatever it is. Anyway, but I'm gonna get out of here. Crow, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you to everyone else that jumped in here. I know everyone is talking about it, and for you to give us a little bit of your time, it means everything to us, because we're just a bunch of losers here trying to talk G.I. Joe.
Well,
But
thanks
anyway,
for giving me something to do tonight, Punk.
hey, I'm glad that you were available. So Matthew says he's gonna miss the reveals tomorrow and Sunday. User. I don't know. I'm gonna miss it. I might. You might be talking to someone else. Either way, we're out of here. You guys all have a wonderful night, and we will see you all Monday night. Take care.